Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Friday Night Bullpen. You are on Art of the Hero with Mike S. Miller tonight. I have a couple friends with me. One who you have not seen in like a year. You haven't been on the channel in like a year.
Wow. It's been
like a year.
A year?
A year. A year of me trying to get him back on the channel. The great, hi, JJ.
You feel? I know you've been trying to get me on this mug for a second. I'm such an urban hermit. I'm just, in my cocoon doing my thing. But then I wild out when I come out. You know how we do.
Yeah, bro. And beneath us, but not. Oh no, below us, but not beneath us. Sorry, I blew my own line. Ideas of ice and fire, soon to be known as ideas of hotness and cold. The great Quinn.
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going?
Not much. How you guys been? Quinn, it's been hours.
Yes, it's been hours. It's been so long. You've changed so much.
I know. I think I grew a little stubble out.
You ain't never what facial hair? I've never seen it on you.
I have, dude. I've grown. I'm not the full goat. Well, I had a little goat for a little bit, but I had the beard, the chin.
Did you have that too?
No, just the chin.
Scruff. Did it ever take it to a real beard?
It got about this long before I'm like, eh.
Your beard worked like my hair. I can't even front like.
And my chin hairs grow out. They're just like wavy. They're not like they don't curl or nothing. They're just like it's you see those long flowing Fu Manchu beards. They're all straight hair.
They just be chilling.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You get the hair, they just be chilling. They just be like, yo, what's up, homie? What we doing? Like,
great. Because Quinn was here last week. Actually, Quinn, you were here Monday.
Was that Monday?
Monday? Were you here?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. You're here all the time now.
Yeah.
Are you normally on the cut, man?
People have no idea what you've been up to. So why don't you give us an update, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's see. Well, it's been a crazy. You know what? This year has been good and horrible. I can't even front. Like I said, for me, it's like I got diagnosed with the early stages of MS and diabetes. I feel like I'm trying to get away from Jason, and he caught me. I'm like, man, what the hell? I'm trying to avoid sugars and sodas and shit, and I get it. So then it left my nervous system all weird. So it left me feeling and thinking like, will I be able to draw still? Will I be able to, perform like I normally do?
Make the magic.
Well, it's like I'm getting better with it. As artists, our hands are like, 100% we feeling it. But for myself, it's definitely a situation where I'm like, you know what, this is like 70, 85 or something, and if I guess, play with them, squeeze a ball, exercise it, give it a couple months because nothing's going to jump off in like a week or two. So, I can get better. But I have been practicing. I have been drawing. And I'm capable. So I'm happy with that. So I can finish off my project set up. And I got stored up in the closet that I want to, bring to the table. And plus, I know that Marvel just hit me up to do 2 pages in a Charlemagne the God book that he's writing. If you don't know who he is, he's a DJ from
I know who that is.
You know what I mean? With the 106 in New York, or whatever.
Yeah.
So like
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. That's right. And so he's writing a book for Marvel. I was like, all right, if I get 2 pages in it, him meeting Blue Marvel. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I get to color it too. So I'm stoked. So I've been working on that. Like I said, I'm gonna work on my own project. I'm moving from California in February, so I'm gonna go back to Ohio where rent's cheaper.
A little bit.
Living is way more affordable. So then it's like I could be able to afford where I'm at better. Plus, my cousin is letting me know, he's like, you know what, you can come crash for me. It's all good. I ain't gonna charge you no rent. I'm like, I need a place to get my mind back in order.
Yeah.
I got diagnosed with a lot this year. It's been heavy for me, so I'm trying to keep spirits up and be me, as you see, you know. So he had missions to go back home, get some of that family love, stay creative, you know, and then like, you know, continue to be who I am through there, and try to do what you're doing with this, you know, this YouTube ish. I'm like, you know, so people can see what's happening, you know, letting me know I ain't dead. I'm like, nah, come on now, you know. So yeah, that's what's up with your boy. How you been?
I've been all right. Brett Seagraves in the chat says, "Wow, Mike got the bass player from Parliament Funkadelic."
That's a compliment. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? Bootsy Collins. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was on Quinn's channel today, and we were doing some design work on his project, Tadia. Quinn has he's got a huge YouTube channel. He's got how many? 220, 230?
Yeah, something like that.
Hold on. That was very Trump of you, homie. Huge. Very huge.
Huge. Nothing bigger.
Nothing. It's the biggest YouTube channel.
You know what I mean? I will not hold my silence anymore. I'm like, I know better. But yeah, so what's up with you, Quinn? What you into? What you do? Explain to me, because this is our first time meeting.
Yeah, so on my YouTube channel, I cover various like works of science fiction and fantasy books. I stick to a lot of classic ones from, you know, the 60s and the 70s. I've covered Isaac Asimov and Frank Herbert and Dan Simmons and George R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, Patrick Rothfuss, those books. Next year, I'm going to start moving into some graphic novels. I'm planning on doing Neil Gaiman's Sandman series. So that's super exciting. And then also recently, this year, me and Mike just announced that we're working on this graphic novel, Tadia, which is, you know, it's set in a fictionalized medieval kingdom that I created called Marath, and it's about witches. So that's
get it in.
That's what I got going on.
Okay, so you a mover and a shaker, and you staying productive. Dope.
Yes.
That's okay. So I can see the caliber who I'm, you know, conversing with. I like that. I like that a lot. You know, you just seem really, you know, like, yo, I'm capable. But I was like, I don't know what he do. What he do? Who is he? Who is he?
Who are you?
He is the creator.
To read, if you have not checked for it, it's
Promethea.
Yes.
Oh, I've read Promethea.
ABC Comics, written by
Promethea.
You read it?
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, Promethea is J.H. Williams. Oh my God!
Woo!
Yes, I love Promethea.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. That's
yeah.
That one, blow your mind. You know, and I read that book and I was just like, this ish is crazy, and I don't know where it's going, but it's making me feel things. And I was like, knowing Alan Moore, he was casting magic to them books.
Oh.
You know how to do. He's a witch. You know, he's just like a wizard or warlock or whatever.
100%. Alan Moore is one of those that's like playing with your subconscious on every page. He's like doing stuff to tickle the subconscious without you realizing it.
That's what you gotta be like if you want to be the best. That's why his comics was called ABC Comics, America's Best Comics. And he ain't even American.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Alan Moore is one of the masters.
He got that through Scott Dunbar. When got him, you know, bless him. They know each other. Scott know everybody. Big up, big homie. It's like he and checked for Alan Moore and was like, "Yo, man, you can Wildstorm. You can do whatever you want. How about it? I want to do my own. Well, okay, I can. All right, I drop for y'all. He did. He did Tom Strong. He did what is it? Promethea. He did Top 10. Man, he flipped the script. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. I was like, that's why I read that. It's like, did you read the whole series?
The whole Promethea. I don't think I've read all of it, but I have. I have like the first big hardcover book.
The last issue of the whole Promethea run, right? It's the best one. I can't even front. I was reading it, and it's like the whole universe that she has or she's in comes to her. And it's like the colors get darker. She's sitting by a fireplace, and it's like the whole picture is fading to black, very transitional, very slow, you know. And then it's like everybody's coming in to see her. She's in a rocking chair by a fireplace, and it feels like you can feel the warmth. It's crazy. I was reading it, and I could feel the warmth. I could feel like I'm passing away too with these characters. It's crazy. I was just like, this is some magic happening right here. I can't even. I was like, no book has made me feel anything like this, and I know I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah, Alan Moore He's a total genius. And then J.H. Williams is just one of the greatest artists that I've ever seen in my life.
So capable. Like honestly, I don't. He got to be the fan favorite. I don't think he's properly like getting the shine he deserves. You know what I mean?
Williams.
Yeah, because his run on Parametheus was like incredible. And then it's just like he did those covers for DC. What they're doing
JJ, nobody does anymore. Nobody gets the attention anymore. That's the industry. That's since the early 2000s. They Marvel and DC they just stopped promoting artists.
William also did.
Hold on. Marvel just dropped some artist portfolio of all their top artists right over there. You know, recently I saw in the store, and I was like, oh, they shining light on some of the creators now.
Really?
Dude, I was just like, this. Okay, that's an eye opener. You know what I mean?
Because you ain't done that since like 2000.
I know.
Since the Young Guns. Remember the Young Guns?
DC, and DC doing the Young Guns. It's like,
Yeah, but that was like the last. After that, it's like they don't want to promote artists. They don't want to make artists the linchpin on projects because they don't want them getting up and doing an image thing again.
It's all about them writers, and if you ain't shining light on them writers, what you doing? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You want to be on the video with the shiny suits, grandstanding. No, you gotta shine for them writers, and that's why artists right now are just like, if it wasn't for artists drawing these books, there would be just novels. There'd be books. You know what I mean? And I respect.
You almost didn't catch that one, JJ.
I know. I'm ready to fly. Can't you tell by how I am? Like what I gotta do to prove it to you.
Oh, yeah, like a really great artist can totally like change the way a comic book is perceived entirely. Like J.H. Williams also did Sandman Overture, which was like Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Yeah. Like I feel like that book is as much like J.H. Williams as it is Neil Gaiman's, because like the art in that book is just like next level. Like I've never seen anything like it, and it makes the story like I can't imagine it any other way.
No. Like but when you get those perfect teams together, it's still what it's supposed to be. That's just like Liquid and Joe Matt era. That era. Popping, because Liquid on their own, popping. Mad on his own, popping. But you put them together, it was singing like a cartoon. It was what it was supposed to be. And it's like the colors he has now, they be banging. They're mad. They're like magnificent. I ain't gonna front, but they don't vibrate the same as Liquid over. Joe Mad. You know what I mean? He got into that video game painting art stuff and then came back. And I'm like, I ain't mad at you, homie.
He never really wanted to do comics.
He didn't want to, and I understand that. It was a stepping stone for him, no doubt. And we all, were like, oh, well, you can step on this, come on, homie. You don't like Joe Mad? Something wrong with your palate, because like honestly, he was able to capture, for my opinion, that lightning in a bottle, like Arthur Adams. At his time, like Jim Lee in his time, you know what I mean? There are certain people in their time that just like
he was capturing an energy from anime that American artists really hadn't
embraced properly. But he put that spin on it. It wasn't like he wasn't biting them. It was a true case of being inspired by them. You know what I mean? Yeah. If he was biting them, you see the manga eyes.
No, he was getting the feel of it, but his structure was
getting the feel of it. And at that time, there were people trying to do that. They were trying, like Dan Norton. My dude was amazing, but he was picking up different things from the manga he was getting and trying to put in his style. You know what I mean? Like Adam Warren, he was bringing
straight up, straight up manga.
True, but it's like if you look at his stuff, it is manga, but it was him doing it, because I know in Japan they was like, I want to say I remember hearing that. They like, it's Americanized. We don't, we ain't riding with it like that. He had to do his thing to get his recognition like that. I still don't know if they respect his gangsterism like they do. They'd probably be like, it's cool, but is it manga or the American? He rides that rope. And then over here in America, we're like, oh, that's all manga. We can't mess with it unless you're a fan of his. And so, like, being a fan of his, I'm like, he is brilliant. His artwork. His line work, his composition, his expressions, his storytelling. He is amazing. And like, if you like, I don't like, and I can't say companies never gave him the chance to shine, but just doing what he wants to do is always the blessing of any creative job.
Yeah,
and, you know,
Adam Warren, he mostly stuck to his own projects, right?
Who? Adam Warren?
Adam Warren?
He did Dirty Pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he did some book. He wrote Gen 13 for.
That's right.
For Wildstorm. And he had a couple of Gen 13 one shots for them. I want to say he did some. He did was it Marvel versus or X-Men versus Avengers? Scarlet Witch meets Domino.
Oh, really?
Like short story.
Yeah, but if you're only picking and choosing one little thing out of 20 odd years of stuff, he mostly stuck to Dirty Pair, right? I don't know what he's doing now. I haven't seen.
Well, I will say Dirty Pair was because he also did a Star Wars adaptation.
Oh, really?
It was amazing. Yeah, it was dope. I had a chance to get him, and I skipped on him. I should have got him. If I could find him now, I would get him because I'm not a Star Wars head. I'm more of a Star Trek.
Yeah,
you know,
Star Trek.
I want peace in the future. And Picard
hearing me talk about Star Wars.
What?
I said that's good because my wife is so sick of hearing me talk about Star Wars.
Well, you know how you are. You drill it, and then she's just like, "I'm used to Mike. I've been used to him. It's okay." Like, feed you some turkey, you be good to go. It'll be good. But Adam Warren, right now, he's doing his own book called Empowered, and I love that. It is so amazing. It's like
I think I've heard of that.
It's like short manga digest volume stuff. So they're thick, and they're like like those little books like manga styles and stuff. But black and white. It's him just penciling, inking it, doing his thing, writing it, doing whatever he wants. And so the whole book is about this female superhero called her name is Empowered,
and she has the suit.
Yeah.
I know. I remember that one. Yeah.
Okay. So she has this super suit that she came across, and it's like it's membrane thin, and so like it can easily tear. And so if it's intact, she's super strong. She can shoot powers. She laser beams and everything. She can stick to walls. She can do all kind of crazy, amazing things. But if her costume gets ripped, she loses power. And so the thing about this city, or where she's at, is like it's all kind of superheroes and villains running around. She's trying to be a part of the super homies, who are like the Justice League of this universe, and she's just like trying to get it together. She has all these insecurities. She's clearly fine, but she thinks she has a big butt to make her insecure. And so every time her costume gets ripped, it's like exposes more. It's like she gets weaker. It feeds into her what do you call it?
That oddly seems like something Adam Warren would come up with.
I'll do, but see, that's the thing about it. Is so as the book goes on, you realize that she is one of the better superheroes. The way she handles her situations, while all the other superheroes make fun of her, so she has to deal with people coming at her, hating on her, this and that, just never giving her just due and props, And so it's how she gets up, she still smiles in the face of all that. She saves the day. Nobody gives her credit for it, but she still,
I like the grunge is in it.
That's her boyfriend,
That's grunge, dude.
His name is Boy, and he's a
Roxy. Look, it's Roxy.
he's a witness minion. And so this whole thing is like stealing. He'll join villains, steal their technology.
How many volumes does he have out?
I think he's on 10 right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
are these 10. Like fat books? Or they?
Yes, they are, and it's like they're amazing. It's like, and they just get better and better and better, and they're funny, and they're like the characters that he has are just like how she. It's I can't rave about it enough, homie. For real though, it's like just if you ever get the chance, check for it. I can't believe it's like I just got the last one, and I'm waiting to read it because I want to be in the right mind to just absorb it all. What I normally do is every time there's a new book that comes out, I start over with issue number 1 and read them all the way through until the current one. just so I
Man,
can
you
be.
got way too much time on your hands.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just the experience because I see his artwork is so dense. His characters are so there's so much going to them. He's such an intelligent human being who writes and blesses us with what he does, And
Right.
so it's just like I read it again and again. I catch up new things. I get new and little subtleties that I didn't check before, whatever, because I'm so like, I'm enamored by the artwork, enamored by the characters, where it's going. It's a good classic comic book where it's just like, how's she gonna get out of this? To be continued, because there's like subplot. Because nowadays, new comics don't really do subplot that much anymore. It's old school. He has subplot going from each of these issues and everything. And so I'm just picking up on backstory and being like, oh, I missed that before. We're putting this and that together because I see how it plays out next time. It's so I can't, like I said, it's such an amazing book, an amazing read. If you have not checked for it, check for it because I can't beg my home.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a paid advertisement.
Oh no, this is how I do. If it's good, I say it's good. If it's whack, I'll thumbs down. I'm black. I refuse whackness. So we don't put up with that. We're like this potato salad nasty. I ain't gonna eat that. You know what I mean? We don't do that. So gotta keep it 100. But yeah, man, Adam Warren.
Quinn, any comics you would want to just rave on about?
Oh, I don't know. Have you ever heard of Low by Rick Remender? That's
Low?
a really good one. Yeah, it's called Low. It's really good. I really like it.
Is it drawn by Sean?
It's Greg Tocchini.
Oh, okay, no.
Yeah,
the
art is really beautiful in it, and the story is really great. It's very philosophical and deep. I have a really big hardcover book that I got off of Amazon of like the first 500 pages, and it's just like, God, the art in that book in that book is beautiful, and it's about these people. They live in these domes under the ocean because Earth is like radioactive, and they get this signal from the surface that they can come up there, and I forget exactly what the deal is why they're going up, but it's about them going up to the surface essentially. And you got like them living in the domes, and the domes are becoming toxic because their air filtration systems are messing up, and they get to the surface. And I don't want to spoil what's on the surface, but
is the artist on the
good.
Covers the interior artist?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
The interior art is really, really beautiful. It's so gorgeous.
How you say his name again?
Huh?
How you say the artist's name again?
Greg Tocchini, I think it's pronounced.
Yeah. I remember his earlier stuff. He's very good, very fluid, very.
Mm-hmm. Oh very, yeah, there are some scenes where it feels like the water is moving because of the way it's drawn, and it's just like so impressive and beautiful.
Nice.
So I read this one a couple years ago, actually. I don't know why. See that scene with the jellyfish?
Yeah.
God, that page is so beautiful. Like look down there at below it, like the recommended images, like with the whole page and stuff. Oh. God, it's so like that is such a beautiful scene. And like so many times I cried in this book because there's a lot of just like really just like beautiful dialogue, beautiful prose, and just like there's a lot of great characters, great character interactions. It's really about this mother and her two daughters and her son. That's essentially like the heart and the core of the story, and about their family and all that. And it's just really good. It's not get enough recognition, I think, for how good it is.
And who's publishing this?
I think it's Image, actually. Image is publishing a lot of the really good comics. I think they do a lot of good stuff.
So they're probably not making any money.
Sometimes, Mike, it's about putting it out there so that money can come later.
I'm just saying.
I know you. You bought that dollar, boy. You bought that dollar.
Yeah. Well, I got to make a living doing what I want to do. Speaking of which, AJ, I gave you freaking Lone Star at James's funeral, and you never told me what you thought about it.
Oh.
I'm not going to put you on the spot or nothing.
No. Hey, you know better. You know how I am. I'll spit that like it's going down. You know how I am. So, you want to know what I thought about your book?
Yeah.
I will tell you what I think about your book. Okay.
Right out here in front of everybody.
Okay. You're going to get this raw Bugs Bunny, homie. All right. So check. I read the book and I was like, all right, this is Mike doing his book. And I was like, what is this? And I was just like, okay. I was like, there's vampires. Like you got your dude who's like the bombardier type outfit or whatever, rocketeer like outfit or whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
but superhero down. I was like, he's doing some retro stuff. All right, cool. He's in the city. He's meeting his woman. And I was just like, yeah. I was just like, what are you leaving me with? I can't even front. So for me, I remember when you was doing what was your first book, that Immortal 2 or whatever it was?
Immortal 2, yeah.
Right. So when you was doing that, you were clearly drawing that like you were trying to like prove yourself. You was trying to like do something. You were putting it in there. You well thought it out, and you was like, I'm trying to come for that crown. For what it is, with your sensibility, with what you like and what was inspiring you, you were going for your crown, and I ain't mad at that. So I big you up on that forever. You know what I mean? You're inspiration because of that. But it's just also like I said, it's like this book didn't come off like you was hungry. You were like, you know what? I got the chance to do something. I know how to publish a book. I know how to take it to market. I'm going to put it out there. And that's what it was. I was like, am I supposed to remember? And also, I think you were doing something because it was dedicated to somebody or is inspired by somebody or whatever, right? Or no?
No.
Okay. I thought it was like, you were like, oh, this is special because maybe I read something in the back or read it wrong. I don't know. I'm not as smart. But it's just like,
Well, there was a thing on the back, for the armed forces.
oh, okay. So I think, so it may have been, I don't know, it may be a mix of that with what I read to be like, all right, is this dedication? The question I ask for you now, if given a chance to take something to market, to be able to pull from the ether, anything out there, what was your mission with this?
It's the starting point of my universe.
Okay. So knowing the temperature of what's hot right now, this was, was you trying to come hot? Was you just trying to, tap them? What was your mission?
I did want to do a patriotic superhero because I felt like that was a good.
And that's dope. I got one I want to do too. I feel you. So it's like, but it's like, so I don't know, you know how I am. So the question I have is just like, there's a reason why I put a crown on my signature. Okay, because I'm reminding myself, I'm trying to come for that crown, which means anytime I'm trying to do anything, I want to just come for that crown. I want, I'm trying to kill it. I want you to be undeniable because I've felt enough in my life being like, I'm not worthy, you know what I mean? Or, I'm just good enough or whatever. No, but underneath, I'm banging. I'm good. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm good. And so, it's like, and it's like, I have to remind myself, I have to have my people around me remind me of that, you know what I mean? Because if you don't see yourself in that light, people,
this is part, Heart of the Hero is part 1 of a 3-part story.
Okay.
So you have to
see, okay, listen.
Take it into
Listen. I know you. And I know you are an amazing artist. Okay. I've seen you through the years. Okay. I'm a fan of yours. I like your stuff. I like how you get down. But I'm also your friend. And I have no problem telling you what's raw from Kirby because you know how we get down. Okay. So like I said, for me, with the book you just did, it's like you got to come for that Avengers energy. You got to come with that JLA energy. You don't have to do what they do. But what I'm saying is just like, okay, as an example, the book that I did that I'm going to put out there and do my Kickstarter for, I need to get that mug up in the next couple months. Had to put it on hold for a second. But it's like the idea was, I was like, I'm going to see what's hot. And I came up with this back in 2010. I was like, what's hot and what's popular? What's universal and timeless? If I can hit you in the face one time, how hard can I hit you with it? Well, I got multiple ideas. I got my own little jokes I want to do when things that I think are boutique. But I was like, you know what? What can I do that can be like, this is me taking a poop, not in a negative way, but it's like this is just me doing me. Take it.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't. That's
like I ain't trying to put you on the spot. I'm just saying, but the idea is like for me, and it's like, it's how well can I cook those ingredients? You know what I mean? How not just be picking and biting. It's like doing the knowledge, be like, if I can hit you hard, like if you want to do a patriotic superhero or character, it's always going to be necessary. And if you're like, well, I think this is what's up, I'm like, and fighting vampires is classic, no doubt, But just like, how can you make your patriotic dude different than the ones we've seen?
I can't tell you. I'd have to. It's a spoiler.
Okay, cool. Well, as an example, like I was saying for my book, I was like, I'm gonna do my book, and it's called The Leader League. And it's like I have some adult superheroes that I turn them in like they get stuck in 7-year-old bodies, so they're like 7-year-old kids, and they still have adult mentalities, and they got to go to work tomorrow, saving the day. The mayor doubts them, the other superheroes doubt them, the villains want a second crack at them, and everything like that. And I'm like, so imagine you getting stuck in a 7-year-old Michael Miller body right now, and
Do they still have their same level of power, or are they depowered slightly because of
that's the whole thing about it? So I got to figure that out if I want to make it where they're weaker, or or they are the same. I was like, you know what? It's more of a mental challenge with them. I'm going for because it's like some of them is cool with it. It's a second chance to be young again. Some of them can't take it because they had a really horrible childhood, so it's traumatic for them. Some, it's like their senses gets, it's like it messes up their senses and everything. So like because they're like, oh, I'm too young. I had to mature into these, and now I'm back at a level. You know what I mean? It's different things I tried to just mess with them with, as opposed to just saying, yeah, he's not as strong as he was before, or she can't do this like she did before. You know what I mean? So I was just like, you know what? Let me be creative. Taking everything that I knew was hot at that moment. So I got a little Naruto, some Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. I got the furry community. You know what I mean? I got the biracial community up in there. I got Latin community up in there. I got black ninjas. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to flip it. You know, I got.
You're doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Is that what that is? Because the turtles took some.
That's what that was. They created
flipped
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because at the time, Teen Titans was hot, mutants were hot, and for some reason turtles were hot, and ninjas were hot. So they just took the 4 hottest things and they put them in one thing.
As you're supposed to, though. As you're supposed to.
And then they just called it Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtles. That's healing if you can flip it. You know what I mean? It's like you being inspired. If you can be inspired and flip it, then that's what you're supposed to do. You ain't got to Roger Cruise it. You ain't got to bite it so hard. You know?
Yeah.
So like, and so but the thing is,
well, now I understand your marketing mentality and I don't disagree with it. But for me, the story was what was important for this, because I wanted to write a good, cohesive story to lay the foundation for my universe. The thing that happened in Lone Star sort of launch other projects that I have in mind. Okay. And I lay the seeds for things that are going to happen 5 or 10 years down the road in the entire universe. So this is, like I said, this is my starting point. This is the launch pad.
And I feel you, homie. I do. I can't even front. I feel you. You know what I mean? But I will say this. It just felt like you knew you was gonna do more, and you just knew I was gonna stick around to check for more, as opposed to giving me. I want to taste your best burger when I come to your restaurant. I want to, you know what I mean?
It's the best art I've done my freaking career.
No. And I don't take it as a negative. I read it, I got it, I'm down with you. But I'm saying you pull off some artwork that was like, now that's dope. You know what I mean? Like your inking is amazing, and it's like I know your realism and your gestures is there, and your anatomy, your love of anatomy is there too. You know what I mean? And you know the
what? It's not like Nia. You met Nia, right? We used to have barbecues. Nia was there. He was my friend. Oh, Quinn lost out.
I'm still here.
Nia saw. There was one time I had to do 11 pages of X-Force in 24 hours.
Okay.
Right? And I jammed that stuff out. And Nia says, "This is the best stuff you've ever done." I'm like, screw you, dude.
And he probably was commenting because if you don't have time to be all finessey, you get more gestural and you have more life in it. And I know for you, you've always had the time to be able. You're quick enough because you know how to manage your time, but it's just like you're very like
detail oriented,
and it's just like he's probably on that deadline. You ain't got time for that shit. You got to get in and get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love that stuff.
And I feel you. You know what I mean? That's why he was like, "Oh, it's the best you ever did," because it's like you're probably putting up gestures that you never.
So to me, that's the best stuff.
Right there, of course.
Now, if I could hire Jesus Marino to just ink over my pencils, then I wouldn't have to worry about it. I have somebody else tailoring all that texture. But
well, you can't. Not everybody gets that Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair combination.
Yeah,
you know, or that Jeff Campbell, Alex Gardner, Joe Chido combination. You know, back at Wildstorm, it's you got to be able to do your. That's like Sean Murphy. So y'all messing with Sean?
I don't know, Sean.
Well, I mean his artwork.
Yeah,
he's doing Batman Black and White right now. He just did Punk Rock Jesus.
I'm familiar with the art. Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say. Plus, he's writing, so it's like he's allowed to write. That's why he's doing Batman for DC. It's just like this cat. What level is he on? He's a new mutant out there. He's crushing it. You know what I mean? And it's just like they allow him to do it. And I think his work ethic, like he's gonna be doing an Indiegogo
coming up this year, probably.
Huh?
He's going to be doing an Indiegogo this year, I think.
His own project once again?
For Indiegogo, his own thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's hot. And he going to get it, and he going to go overboard with it. Trust me. And then he's just been performing like that. You know what I mean? And I know the first time he get the chance to do what he want, again, I don't know if Punk Rock Jesus was his idea or was it?
I think it was. That was. Hold on a second. Jalapeno Milk for $2 says, "How do you sell a book about a 7-year-old getting beat up?" Because
hold on, because I'll tell you what's up. Because you thinking I'm trying to have kids get beat down, and don't get me wrong, they got a foul mouth. They should just get handled. Put these paws on them. No, but what I enjoy is the contrast of big versus little. So I like the idea of drawing little characters fighting like the Hulks, the Juggernauts, the Godzillas, and holding their own type scenario. So when you're asking me, are they less powered being smaller? I want to show that they are just how you don't back down with a handicap. You know what I mean? And that's the whole idea behind it. That's what I'm trying to show and do. And it's not that I'm trying to be like, yay, kids, you can do it too. I'm just trying to be like, you know what, this is a situation. Because how would you handle being stuck in a 7-year-old body and you got to go to work the next day, or you married, or you got responsibilities?
Well, if I was married, I would cause some problems.
You know what I mean? But you still have the same mentality, but you got just a different physique. You know what I mean? It's just like there's all kinds of things you got to work out after that. And then it's like, how does it affect your psyche? You know what I mean? Or are you like, man, I give up, or I got to start over, or like how would you handle it? So I like to tap on all of that, you know what I mean? And then it's the psychology behind the situation that I'm trying to illustrate. It's not that I'm trying to have kids get beat up. That's easy. That's like, if I wanted that.
Look, wait.
Hello. So sorry. How's it going? What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about
comics.
Carrying my comic to shred.
Beat up. Come on now. Let's keep it real, homie. That was a question. You're like, how can you have a 7-year-old get beat up? I'm like, I'm not doing that. You're trying to make me seem like a bad guy.
Me?
No.
Oh no, you look cool.
He's just going on because he wants to beat up 7-year-olds.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what goes on now?
No, I'm kidding.
This is the bullpen now.
It's the added drop of Kirby. So
Well, hi JJ Kirby.
Hello, and what was your name?
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
Yeah.
Tell JJ
nice to
who you
meet
are
you.
and how we came to be this eclectic group of goofballs.
I know. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel that does covers like Game of Thrones. Have you seen that show before?
Yeah, well, I'm familiar with it. I haven't watched it though.
Yeah, so it's based on a book series. So I cover the books and talk about the show. And then some fan of ours messaged me and Mike, kind of like tagged us both and wanted us to work together. And then we worked together because Mike obviously did the art for George R. R. Martin, who writes the books. And then we just started working together a lot. And then Quinn wanted to work with Quinn too. Mike did. And then we all kept doing it. And now it's like this thing that we do all the time. And it's awesome. And I don't know. Is that it? Is that the story or no? I see Quinn.
Yeah,
I see Quinn. I see your face.
What's my face? I
You're
wasn't
like,
doing
you're like,
anything.
yeah. You're like, okay, yeah, true.
I think we.
Today.
I
Yeah.
think Quinn, you and I met first, right?
Yeah. Or
Wait, what?
Didn't you show up? You just showed up when I was doing.
I mean, I already knew Mary Ellen and Dave.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how that all.
Yeah, I mean, I knew them for like a long time, just from them doing like a Song of Ice and Fire stuff, and tweets. And then
the first YouTube video
I don't
ever
even
saw
know
was
how
Quinn.
we all got on a video together.
I know.
I have no idea.
Life is weird like that, you know?
Yeah, because I was on a stream with Mike, and you and Dave had nothing to do with it at first. I don't think it was just
No.
Mike and then some other people.
Yeah, and I was super nervous because I was like, Mike knows George. I was
Yeah.
like, this is serious, and I have to, and now it's just like Mike to me, but like, Quinn was.
I didn't know
YouTube
he
video
knew
I ever
George R. R.
watched.
Martin. I didn't know anything about Mike. I don't even know. I randomly was just in the chat of their live stream, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come on?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah,
I mean, I've done that before. I've done that in the past where I'll just like be watching like some random live stream, and people be like, "Oh, hey, we know you. You can come on."
and you're like,
I
okay.
didn't. That's the thing, though. I didn't even know you. I just saw your name was Ideas of Ice and Fire, and then I went and I clicked on your channel. I'm like, oh, is he Game of Thrones YouTuber? I'm like, come on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so fun.
That's
So
funny.
basically, Kirby, we did a lot of stuff like when the show was on, and we like lamented that process together, went through that, and then Mike's had me on like 3. Yeah, it's dead, bury it. So then I just been coming on the last couple of weeks, and Quinn's going to be on a lot too. So yeah, that's me.
So do y'all been doing this how long, would you say? How many months?
Well, so my channel opened like in 2000, I think it's 17. I'm not positive about that, but the first video that I ever saw was Quinn's. I had never watched a YouTube video ever in my life on any subject of any kind. Swear to God.
That's flattering.
And I was watching, or I was reading the prologue of Dance with Dragons, and I wanted to know, or it was a prologue of something, I can't even remember. And I wanted to know what just happened there and like get another person's thoughts on it. So I Googled it, and I was going through and I was looking at all like the forum posts, like where you can read an essay. And I was like, can't somebody just talk to me and tell me what happened here? So then I clicked videos, and I found Quinn talking about, I want to say it was prologue. I want to say it was Pate. I don't know though. And I was like,
would be
my God.
the Feast for Crows prologue then.
Yes, that's what it was, which is, oh yeah, that was a feast. Is that the video that you did?
Yeah, I've done a video on Pape before. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So I was like, I love this kid because I'm older than you, right? So I like call everybody that, but I was like, I love him. And then that was that. So you kind of inspired us to do it, to be honest with you. And it's been fun ever since. So yeah.
Oh,
Big
that's so flattering.
And then she got the stalker.
Yeah. Kirby's like, what in the
You know what? I got called in. I got tweeted. I got like friggin' go help Mary Ellen. I'm like, how can I help in this situation?
I had a mental breakdown on thing last night. I had more people in there than I've ever had in a live stream. I'm like, and more people just kept coming, and I was like, this is so weird. I'm like, literally
6.5 hours long.
There were so many like waves or themes for this live stream. So the first part of it is just me like having a meltdown and flipping out, and then it got like a little bit better, and then we just like bashed the stalker for a while. That would be like phase 2, and then Dave came here because he saw the stream and was like concerned for me. So Dave would be like phase 3, and then phase 4 was just like having fun again. So yeah, it was like a long night.
You mentioned that you had a spat with Dave, but we tried to flip through it and we couldn't find it.
Oh, because Dave took that down and deleted that section because I thought I hit mute, and I was like, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, it's not muted. Oh no, it is not muted. It's not muted. And I was like,
wait, what happened?
Oh my God. And then I got in a fight live on camera.
Oh no.
I wasn't live, like I was on my, like I just had the wolf's den thing up there, but I mean you could hear me clearly. Like they're like the mic's not muted, and I was like, and he goes, Mary Ellen, the mic's not muted, and I was like, what? Oh my
It's
god.
okay. There's plenty of video of me yelling at my kids on
Yeah.
YouTube, so.
I was so we just got rid of that little portion and it's up now without that. But yeah, it was fun. It was great. And then people were contacting Quinn, right?
Yes, people messaged me on Twitter and stuff. They're like, "What's
God.
going on?" And I was like, "I don't know.
It's
I don't know
fine.
anything." I woke up to a bunch of messages.
Yo, so collectively, what do y'all normally talk about?
And, like on Friday nights, anything.
Whatever.
Yeah, Friday night bullpens. We just whatever the topic is. We've been talking about comics tonight, and that's perfectly fine.
You
Yeah.
don't normally talk about comics? Like,
About everything.
We talked about a lot of TV shows, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, I watched the first 2 episodes of Witcher.
how
I
is it?
haven't yet.
I quit watching the first episode after about halfway through, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is
It's bad.
trash.
Yeah. See. Look, this is what I've been seeing from people. I know that the critics have said it's trash, but I've been seeing a lot from people on like my Twitter feed that I know have like kind of an incentive for wanting this show to succeed because they want it to be like the next Game of Thrones. So
Mhm.
so a lot of people are like, "Oh, it doesn't suck. It's actually really good. The critics are full of it." And I'm like,
That's not true.
I don't know. I mean,
It got better.
sometimes the critics are full of it, but I'm just seeing from what I've seen, like little clips of the show, and from just what and from the people that are saying this, I'm just like, oh no. But you know, we'll see. I haven't watched it yet, so
It got better. Like I said, I got through the second episode. It got better, but it's not high quality TV.
it's not
like
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like if Game of Thrones was Daredevil season 1, this would be like Arrow season 4, something like
Yeah.
that along those lines.
I mean, they've tried. People act like this is the first time they've tried to clone Game of Thrones. They tried to clone Game of Thrones so many times. I don't know if this is actually even trying to be that, or if that's just like what the media is portraying it as, like a Game of Thrones.
It's just Game of Thrones was such a huge success. They're just looking for other fantasy projects that they can get off the ground. Who's doing the Wheel of Time?
I've never seen Game of Thrones except for like maybe the first couple episodes, but I didn't know it was this big ass, this huge ass thing, and I'm like, all right, cool. But to me, I'm like, ain't this Beastmaster or what is this? I'm like, I'm like, cool. What is Beastmaster was my joint, so I'm saying like, what's this Game of Thrones joint? Why is this hot? Because you don't know who's. Is it that you don't know who's gonna get their head chopped off?
No, I'll tell you why Game of Thrones is hot. It's because of George R. R. Martin. Like they started off with like a really solid base from like fantastic source material from these books, and George R. R. Martin just knows how to write these characters. But then by like around season 4, you got Weiss and Benioff, the showrunners on the show. They were just like, you know what, we're just gonna do our own thing. And apparently they were having a lot of disagreements with George R. R. Martin on like behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So around season 4, he was like, I'm done. He was like, I'm not even going to help y'all with it anymore. I'm just going to go like continue writing my books. And so like they took it and went in a whole different direction. And like everybody just hated the last season. Like it was just like, I haven't seen hate like this for a show like ever.
Like the Boondocks. Trust me. Last season, the Boondocks was horrible because it's like they got rid of Magruder, and then the producers were like, we can do the same formula he does. He has a fight in every episode. I'm like, you don't know when to drop that fight. You don't know when to have a person say something that's funny and crazy and out there. Your subject matter ain't the same. You're doing the stuff that is expected. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, yeah, and like I said, it's like that's what you got to be like. Like so, Mike, to bring it back to your my critique of your book is just like, you know what? Like I said, big up doing something. You got a plan. It's quality. It's worthy. Handle that business. But if you're asking me, homie to homie, professional like that, I would say, don't be afraid to. You need some splash, sex it up a little bit, homie. Splash it up. All that stuff that sells to put butts in the. I know you like, man. It's a different day. I'm trying to keep. I don't want the Me Too at me.
I've done that. I've done that, dude, and
you've done it. That means you know how to do it.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. You gotta. This is a time to do it because you're trying to get attention, not just say I'm
trying to build something. I'm trying to build a solid foundation. True. I don't care if it's got. I mean,
true. But that's because if the plan is to be like, this is my first book to launch my universe, it better have some solid foundation.
That's right.
So you're doing that because you had a plan. I'm just saying, don't be afraid to, like I said, like I said, the only reason why I did my book by myself completely is because nobody was there to be down with me. It's like I feel like a penny henny making bread and the animals is just like, no, I ain't trying to help you with that. But when it's a loaf ready, they want a slice. I'm sitting there like, yeah, okay. But it's like you know how to get stuff produced. You know how to get things done. And I've seen it through the years. And I'll be like, why have we never worked together? That's always been a question of mine. Why have we never done anything together?
You don't have your phone.
Don't even front. It's bigger than that because I know you vibrate and move, and it's the Mike Miller show, and it's never any room really for other people. Even as generous as you are, you protect your brand like a beast as you're supposed to. But there's really not much room on the planet.
JJ, working together. I've been trying to help you get your thing going.
See, I would love to work. We can do a issue. We can work on a book. You can put out a book. You know how to put a book. You know how to take things to market. And that's what I need to learn how to do. You can help a brother with that.
I just did this one too.
See, look at you bragging. You always bragging. Bragging about this cat. Look at this. Look at that.
I put this one out too in the same thing.
I got a ponytail. Look at I'm sitting there like, come on, but you know what I'm saying. It's the same thing with
bro. I am here to help you any way you want. All right.
So you know what would help me,
man. You know that.
And I know this. It's never been in question if we have love for each other, if we down, if we have each other's back. We know how we get down. We ain't got to say that. I know who I'm talking to. You stood that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, but the real is just like, when I got diagnosed with diabetes, like I said, and got my nerves is all messed up and everything, I thought, you know what? My artwork could be taken from me right now. What I do. What could I still be doing? What didn't I get the chance to do? Why couldn't I do it? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I did my book. I did a book through Wildstorm. I worked with Jim Lee. I've worked at I've been in comics, whatever. That's a track record. But at the end of the day, preferably, I would love to be able to just create with my peoples. You trying to build a universe? I would love to be a part of that universe. I got a universe too. See if they can collide and make magic. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and that's the truth. But it's like nobody seems to think like that in our group, our circle. Everybody's been like, we got older. We go on our separate ways. We got families. We become adults, no doubt. But we all are in the same boat. This cruise. We all doing the same thing in this industry called art and expression. There's movie makers. There's musicians. There's all kind of producers and people who just got money. There's all kind of different angles that you can hit up this with. We are in the same lane, driving different cars, and it's fine. You know what I mean? But we just go out because when we
I'm sorry.
No, it's all.
I was reading something.
I got some good like that, but it's just like when we do.
Oh, the faces at the bottom of the screen, though.
I was reading the comments. I wasn't like.
Where you can see comments on this, man?
Yeah, you have to go to the YouTube channel. You can see the comments.
Is what I click on live comments on there? Okay, let's see.
If you go to Mike's channel, if you type in Mike Miller Art into YouTube, his channel should come up.
Hold on. Let's see. I'll do it. I might click out. So let me just not worry about that right now because I'm Twitter fingers. I'm messing.
You are ADD enough without reading the chat.
No. I like that. I want it to be real time, homie. If somebody got something they want to say to me, they can ask me. I don't care. But if somebody's commenting, got a question, so I can like homeboy saying, "You beating up on 7-year-olds?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." My mama raised me better than that. Are you foolish?
No. All right, JJ. I mean, what? Anything, man. Anything you want.
Don't front.
I'm not. You know me. I've been saying this every time we talk.
Hold on. Because I remember. Okay, hold on. Because I want to make sure that you might be a chance to get off the hook on this one. Okay.
I'm perfectly comfortable on the hook.
I want to spit at you about doing a picture for my book coming out. I would love if you bless me with a pin up.
All right.
You know what I mean? Cover something, some artwork, throw some money. I'm trying to keep the lights on in the church. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'll
I will promote you. I will freaking have you on here. Whatever you want.
It's not my fault that y'all never asked me to draw any of y'all characters. I gotta accept that. I feel it right here. Y'all don't want me to draw something for y'all? I ain't good. I'm banging. You better recognize. You know, I up real estate. You know what I mean?
JJ, you want to do a cover for me?
Can I? Would I? What? Don't front. Oh, really?
Yeah, I got another in February. I got another campaign coming out. So
Don't front, Mike, because I know. So if it takes
don't flake
your podcast or your this
don't flake.
to ask
Back.
because like I said, really.
Yeah.
Okay, now, like I said, you could have always came at me any moment, anytime, in any project you got going down. And be like, yo,
Just
JJ,
you don't like my book, which is kind of a problem.
it's not that I don't like your book. If I can equate it to anything, it's just like you're down to make some soup. Okay, you get all fresh ingredients, right on. But your seasoning needs a little bit more spice. You need a little red rooster, and you need some pepper and some cayenne. You need some seasoning in it. You need to kick it up. Because I know you can. And so if you need you need somebody to be like bounce some ideas off of, holla at your boy. I know it's your show. I came to the show. I paid admission. I'm down with it. But it's like I would love to be able to help my people get ready for picture day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm like, if you stand this strong, and I'm saying that's my homie right there. It's
Junkyard Dunn in the chat says, yes, JJ Kirby cover. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I should have you do a cover for Atomic Family. You would. You saw the back in the back of the book, right? The Atomic Family book.
I slow scrolled the whole book, so there's no communication.
There was the promo book in the back.
Everything.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I should have you do that.
You had to make it out of that time when nothing ever happened.
Who's that trying to blow?
That's you.
Wait, what are we doing?
That you sing?
I was just talking with you guys. What's going on?
Like, mask on. That's what he's like. I'm going black out. And I'm singing R&B. Like, is that what we doing? That singer? I got the mask. Okay. Like, I can't sing though. I wish I could though. Yeah, I'm jealous. I rap. It ain't as I know how it is, homie. Enough respect. He's over there singing.
All right, we'll discuss what exactly we want to do later.
We'll talk.
Oh no, that's not my camera. There we go.
Larry,
So what are we talking about?
What were we talking about?
I just got done, letting Mike know how I feel about working with him. Why I'm like, why you never hit me up, homie? I ain't worthy.
No. Do you want me to show them how often I've texted you that you don't respond?
And I'll say, you know what?
Expose the tea. Post the receipts.
You know what I'm saying? He on me like that. Come on now. So I'm like, he'll have me be like, yo, you want to join my we're streaming. I'm like, what the hell is what is
Dude,
that?
I've got like probably 7 things. JJ.
Yeah.
You busy? You up for it? You busy? Yo.
He's like, what is a live stream?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But Mike has always been that cat with technology.
All right, you know what? We need to show JJ's art here.
What? What are you about to do?
I'm gonna search your art on the Googles.
Oh Lord.
Okay, no, when you said on Twitter, like you said JJ Kirby, and I almost read Jack Kirby, and I was like, what?
See that?
At first, I thought it said Jack Kirby. I was like,
when I left Wildstorm and went freelance, that was the question I got. Are you related to Jack Kirby? I'm like, no,
I'm black.
I'm really more African descent. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You could just say you're his bastard son.
No one knows about me.
Yeah.
I got to work with Stan
Don't
Lee.
tell Roz.
So I got to work with Stan Lee. That's the lesson. And his people. So I got to draw him as the watcher. And
cool.
yeah,
The watches.
I can't even front. I had that situation where I look at my artwork and I'd be like, "Who did that? What is that? Is the what?" I got my hand slick Gretel. I did this all marker.
What?
Yeah. It's like
You don't need Mike.
So it's just
You're
like
good, Kirby.
I'm trying to do a collection of like fairy tale artwork and everything.
Yeah, where's your Alice?
It should be.
Oh my God.
I love Alice in Wonderland.
Me too.
Oh,
So creepy.
So this is my Marvel print where I'm like I drew all the Marvel Avengers babies. I get into these zones every now and then where I just want to do a nice splash picture I'm messing with the composition where they're like, this one is like it's the starburst or they're dropping down, but Captain America's the center. And I have other ones where like, oh, they're walking at the camera, they're flying, trying different theme compositional, situations. So I have every Avenger in here except for one that I forgot to put in there, which was Storm. She joined Avengers for a period. And I was like, oh, okay. But,
Sorry.
No, it's all good. And so what else they got? Go back. Let's see.
Now she's laughing because Kevin Ryan said Mike Miller is fired. This is the new JJ's channel.
They need me like once a year, homie. Trust me. It's just much might be an overload. I can't even front. So I got the X-Babies cover. So I colored it myself. I would love to recolor that whole book and see if Marvel will print it.
They won't.
Well, you never know.
Marvel.
It's Marvel, man. They're friggin' trash.
Because I'm like, I'll recolor and just post it. And people are like, oh, word up, whatever.
Marvel is trash. There we go.
Listen to you.
I haven't read any Marvel stuff in like 5 years. So
I love some Marvel stuff. Make my Marvel till I die. I can't even front. All right. Like the X-Men? The X-Men? Joint. Like I said, this on marker also. This was a wedding gift to Richard Friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's so cool.
So
Who's
just
Richard Friend?
Huh?
Who's Richard Friend?
He's an inker from Wildstorm. He was a studio mate of mine at Wildstorm Studios, and so like we were interns at the same time and been in the industry since.
Wow.
He's an amazing inker who is an amazing artist who never really being around such high caliber artists. He was like, I don't know, I can do it. I like it. That I'm like, dude, you need to do this shit because you're amazing.
Yeah.
So when he started showing some of his flavors, I was like, you need to, the lane that you're playing with, the people that you're trying to like stand amongst, own your ish and handle that. And he does. Woo!
Wow. Really?
He does such fine. Yeah, the series that he's doing that's just like it's so spooky. It's so It's so like it's like the line work is so
almost
detailed.
like Dore.
It's so crazy. It's like, man, you are amazing. I'm glad to know you.
Did you help him find? So you helped him find his like niche or whatever?
All I did was just tell my homie that I believe in him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I didn't help him with his drawings. I didn't help him with his anything like that. It was inside him, and he played with it. But for me, I think I speak in a tone where a person like some people who know me like what I gotta hear what JJ's saying because I just speak with a certain gravity, and so it was that with.
So you saw that he had a special talent for that and encouraged him.
Yeah,
very very cool.
It's just like I would love to be able to give critiques to everybody that wants a critique because I love being able to bless. I know that for me growing up, it was like I'm in my parents' basement and I'm drawing and reading comic books, and it's just like I don't know how I'm gonna get into comics since I'm from Ohio or Georgia before that. It's just like what I'm gonna do, And then I got a chance because I won an art contest in the back of a Wildstorm comic book, and Jim Lee flew me to La Jolla to live and be an intern at Wildstorm and introduced me to the comic industry. And I'm like,
how old were you?
I was just turning 21.
Wow.
My first legal drink at Hard Rock Cafe.
Nice.
Benjamin and Sean Ruffner, and like it was my birthday. And it was just like, man, it was just like
magical.
It was just that in that era was so crazy. Like I loved like you had to be there.
No way.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm doing a theme.
Cool story.
But it's like you had to be there at Wildstorm during that time to capture that. Like just we were touching people on the planet. I can't even like the crew, the caliber of art, the time in comics. It'll never be like that again.
Right.
How big we get a chance. And see, and that's the time when Mike was doing his own thing, and I'm like, man, he's always been an independent hood. He's always been doing his thing, So I'm like, huh?
I said, "There's my wife."
Oh, yeah. She posed for a poster that Wildstorm put out.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Because she modeled as you got one?
I got it right, literally right here.
Aww.
Oh, that's
I had to
cool.
roll too. Shut up. So she posed for Voodoo. So when any
Oh wow,
photo,
that's
Oh
so
my
cool.
God!
Any-
That's
any
amazing.
That
special
is so
effect that needs to
cool.
be on there was but done by Rob Rowe, which was Jim Lee's cousin. And so I drew the dragon tattoo that went on the thigh.
Yeah, that's
I did.
JJ, you
super
should sign
cool.
these posters. Still got a handful of them.
How many you got?
I think we've
That's
got like 8 of them.
awesome.
You got how many?
I think like 8.
Yo, son, put me one to the side. I want one if you don't mind.
I really liked your Christmas card, Mike.
Thank you.
Dude, those are
Those are so cute. Like, it's amazing. Do you do one every year?
what? A picture?
Oh, the
No,
Christmas
just-
cards?
Yeah, the Christmas because Mike drew his
Uh,
family and said "Happy
haven't-
Holidays" from the Millers. Like,
Yeah, I haven't done one in a couple years.
Yeah, that one only had 4 kids in it.
Yeah, that was 8 years
Yeah.
ago.
oh, you should do one,
Oh,
Mike.
that was older than that. JoJo's 10 now.
I've counted 6 kids.
Did it?
No, 5. There's
5.
one kid that's here all the time isn't mine. So
Oh,
So you're just here.
yeah. Just a,
in there that you haven't seen.
do you have kids,
Art
JJ
Adams,
Kirby?
that's not you.
Yo, honey, I'm gay. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to be having no kids. And I'm like,
I've got
no,
4 children.
No,
Yeah. You can adopt Kirby.
I could. I'd rather take care and help my cousins, nieces, nephews.
Yeah,
and
that's fine. Right.
But-
You're doing it a different way.
Well, you know what? So for me, I realized since I won't be having children like traditional style, and I
Yeah.
realized that this life is going to be crazy as a black man, as a gay man, as just a creative or just whatever. I was like, what can I do to leave my impression on this planet? Because as soon as I blink the F out, it won't take but 5 minutes before everybody forget about a brother. It's like, what can I do? So I do my art. I met my friends and I made strong connections. But one thing that I know I do on purpose is shake a hand properly and I give a good hug. So because I do that goes a long way when I talk to people, when people, remembering me, like, you know what, and I keep it 100, I got to keep it with my personality, with what I do, who I am, what I want that is, click on that. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? That's what's up with me.
That's amazing. Oh,
This is my blog. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Wow. I had a blog where
I'm on your blog.
Planet
Kirby.
Therapy. Yeah, I know, right? I need to go back and just.
This is from back in the day.
Yeah,
See?
remember when people had blogs?
Yeah. This is like one of those blog spots.
blog.
Yeah.
Blogger.
I haven't seen blog spot in a minute.
It's like I forgot the password to get back in it. But this was the section where I was coloring, showing how I color other people under my alias, Mr. Kirby Colors. And so this is me coloring Ali.
2012.
Wow. So this
November.
is me coloring, what is it?
2012.
Dude who does model design and directs for DC cartoons. Is it Joaquin? It is. I think Joaquin de Santos. So this is him doing some Marvel cards. It is. So this is him doing some Marvel cards and me coloring them. I was like, it feels like I love coloring. I was like, I love collaborating. You know what I mean? I love it. This is me over Derek Robinson for this Australian company, or they do a really big comic book convention down in Australia, and they want to do their own comic book. And so they're like, oh, we got Derek Robinson to do the first issue, and we're looking for another artist. And at that time, I had just left Wildstorm, and I was just like, you know what, let's work on this. And they were like, yeah, it wasn't finished.
Did you say you just left Wildstorm?
When I left Wildstorm.
You mean when Wildstorm?
Hey, I left.
Oh, you did?
Wait, what? What's the tea?
No, because the first time I went freelance, I left Wildstorm, and I did X-Men.
Oh, you're not talking about when they went up to Burbank.
No, then I would say that's when they closed the doors.
Yeah.
So that's when they closed the
'Cause
doors.
you were there. I remember I was there like right before they closed, and I was in the office with you and Carlos and
that was the one thing I regret is I should have took more trade paperbacks from the library. Man, I should have stocked up. But they said stay away from it. Don't go in there like, okay, cool. And I'm like, man, what they gonna do with all these hard copies? Really?
Yeah, they probably threw them away.
They won't miss one of these.
Is that yours?
Yeah, that's me doing the Fantastic Four for Upper Deck.
Open a new.
It's weird. It's weird. So, Mike, could you do me a favor and like tell me what you feel and think about my artwork, looking at it? Because like so for myself, when I'm doing it, I love it. It's like this is speaking my language, and and I can in the colors. I'm like, this is me.
Mhm.
But then when it's printed, I never like it. It's crazy. I'm saying I look at it and be like, this doesn't look hard. This doesn't look.
That's I feel that's the way artists should be.
Mm.
You know,
like we never make our own stuff.
when you're satisfied with your work, you stop growing.
Got you.
That is that's why pride, man. Pride is the antithesis of growth. When you start taking pride in your work, trust me, you just hit the top of your game.
Yeah,
and it's downhill from there.
I feel that. I feel that.
Always be like that, JJ. Always be like that.
And like I said, it's how I feel. Even though when you looking at all this stuff, I'm like, my marker renderings, my sketches, like that little Batman next to the Plastic Man and everything. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, I should have done that better. I should have done that better. I should have done that.
Well, but then again,
that's the thing. You're self-critical. That's the best.
True. And you got to remember, the fans don't know.
The fans don't know.
They don't know. It's your own internal hell that you're dealing with. And I'm like, I'm like, heaven is a shared thought and hell is personalized. Get over it.
Get ready.
Where did that one open? There it is.
I like that, JJ.
It's truth. You can quote me.
Aw.
The Thundercats?
Thundercats. Money, man.
I loved it. This was me trying to be like, if I can draw the Thundercats, this is what I would do. And I can't even front. I'm like, it's cool. I should have put more life in it, more bounce. Should have played with the shapes more or something. This is me being like, oh, I want to draw, veins in the biceps to show how hardcore they are because they've never seen them like that. I want to make sure that the cat's claw is like metal instead of fur. I don't need people because people confuse it. Is it made of fur? Is it got metal? I'm like, it should be metal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's metal with like big clunky fur things.
It was shaped more fur textured or whatever, but it was definitely metal. So then for me, I was like, I just slicked it out. And so looking back on it, I should have put more life and bounce.
I like the dry brush here, but it really doesn't mesh with what you're doing.
True. But I did try to respect each character though, even Snarf. So I was like, you know what? I like this. So yeah, and then I colored it, but I lost the file.
Oh no.
I know, dude. It's weird because I have a couple pictures where I lost the file on. I'm like, how the hell did I lose a file? Like, what did I do?
How do you guys know each other? You and Mike?
So Mike and I go way back. I don't know what year we met, but he was definitely that cat.
93?
93. So he would come through Wildstorm. No, because I came to California in 95. Was
it 95 then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I moved in 93, but I was already working at Wildstorm.
Yeah.
Before Wildstorm.
But he left the studio and would come, or he wasn't working at the studio. No. He would like come make trips in because everybody would come to the studio and visit. And so Mike would come to the studio, and I, I guess my personality is what it is, and I'm that cat that's like, who are you? What you doing? And so asking Mike that, he was like, who is this guy? And so I'm like, you know what? I am who I am, and I've been the way I am, and so I realized that. He's that cat also that is who he is, even though he may ruffle feathers, even though people be like, like, Mike, we don't know about that. And I'm sitting there like, really? Like, what's really good? You know what I mean?
Mike actually says what he thinks. We don't like it.
How dare you?
Oh, but being such a opinionated, highly religious, conservative individual that you are, you do speak your mind a lot at those times where it's like, okay, you standing up for yours, big up. But other times it'd be like, yeah, just calm down, homie. Just let it ride. You know what I mean? And so
yeah, but I was a freaking fresh out the box Christian back then. So nobody's more fervent than a new believer.
Before the internet. So this guy's was definitely like, like he write letters. He go write his congressman. He go there. He's not backing down. He's going there. And so there were times that I was like, I'm about to lose my job. And I'm like, this ain't fair, or whatever the circumstances were. I was like, no, you ain't gonna get me like that. And I would tell Mike just vent, and he would call up the spot and be like, why you doing this and X, Y, and Z? You know, no. He'd be like, no, and call a person, call it out. And I'm like, I don't know if you're helping or hurting, but good looking, homie. I know that you got my back. You know? And so
hey,
we've known each other that long. And plus
dude, that saved your job.
Oh, then big up. Like I said, thank you. No diggity. Because like I said, I acknowledge that. That's like and yet at that time you were that cat doing your own books and starting doing self-publishing, which was just like
I was doing Immortal too.
Just like I said, self-publishing, which is like raw, which is like
it's through Image.
Really, like the people, it's such a hurdle for a creative to be able to do that, and you're doing it. You're that guy, no doubt. Mike was the first person that or the second person. I came to you right after Joe Benitez and Jeff Scott Campbell asked me at Comic-Con at one time if I was gay or not. They gonna be like, yo, Jay, because we all cool. Like, we got a question we want to ask you, man. I was like, what do you want to know? What's good? No, we just care. We never hear you talking about girls or nothing. Just want to know if you're gay or not. And I'm like, damn, you gonna confront me like that? You gonna put it on blast? What is this? And we talking. We are walking to the party, or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, oh, my back's to the wall. I'm not that character like the fall down. Somebody has to own me. And this is the first time he's saying, yeah, I'm gay. What's happening? I was like, yo, so yeah, I'm gay. Why y'all gay? What's up? Trying to party? And so but then I instantly ran over to Mike's table and was like, yo, they asked me if I was gay or not. And he was just like, well, yeah, people be asking that question about you. I was like, what? People be talking about me? What? Asking questions? People care about me? What the hell is this? Blew my mind. But I knew that if I can keep it real with anybody and be like, give me that feedback that I need right now, because it's clearly I'm going through some issues. I can talk to Mike, and he's always been that with me. You know what I mean? And as much as people be like, oh, he's conservative, he don't like gays, and he don't this and that. I'm like, I don't know what y'all done did. I don't know where y'all talking. I don't know that person. You know what I mean? The person I talk to, he got love for your boy. We good. No homo. What's happening? For real. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, and it's like, I respect his craft. I respect his ability. You know what I mean? He's been doing it. He braggadocious, but that's part of his character. You're supposed to be when you
what?
Do not front. You know I'm talking it real. So
I'm terrible. I'm the worst at everything.
So
Mariana,
Oh no. What? How's it going?
Ellen.
Yes.
So what's that? Let me dominate.
Yeah, we need a downshift. We need a downshift from JJ Gear.
Right. he's the up. Yes, he's upshift. I'm down. Right. Let's see.
I need to go off camera and calm down a little bit, I guess, because I see I'm a little hypey.
Oh crap.
So
yeah. What's going on in the universe?
Wait,
right?
what are you doing when you turn your camera off?
Let me ask you a question here. So, Mary Ellen.
Yes.
Not doing anything.
Do you read any comic books?
I don't actually, and unfortunately, I've looked at them, but I've never read one cover to cover.
Read Saga.
Okay.
And I'm saying this because you've never read a comic book before. Saga by Brian K. Vaughan. It's illustrated by a woman named, I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, Fiona Staples.
Fiona Staples, right?
She's that Wildstorm. Yeah.
And it is so good. There's no way you won't love it because it's fantasy. It's got some science fiction going on. It's about these two people. They're from two different planets or two different species. Their planets are warring, but they fall in love and they have a daughter. And it's the saga of them trying to survive, being hunted by both of their people. And there's magic and there's violence and there's sex. It's not for kids. There's some really explicit stuff in this, but it's really good. It's really good. I love Saga.
Yeah. Is it like where do you buy them?
Amazon, I think, is the best place.
Okay.
Just go to Amazon and get them for cheaper than you would in a comic shop. I like going in the comic shops and buying
Looking
comics just
and
because
stuff.
I just like it. But like if you want to get like cheaper graphic novels, then you go Amazon, the trade paperbacks and stuff.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I bet you it is fun to just go to a comic book store and look through stuff, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was in recently. I had a weird experience at a comic book shop though. I was in San Francisco, right? And I went in the shop. I'd been in like 3 shops that day, right? And so I go in the shop. I'm like, and it's like a mess. There's like comics everywhere. Nothing is organized. And me and my friend are in there for like about 30 minutes, and I've got about like a bundle of about 5 graphic novels. And so like we're standing up towards the front, and my friend goes back and he's like, "Oh wait, can I look at that like I don't know Pokemon cards or whatever?" And so the guy, he's like staring me down, like the guy behind the counter, as if I'm gonna like run out of the store with the graphic novels. And eventually he's just like, "Hey, can I get those? Can I just take those and write these down and look to write them in the inventory?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna steal these freaking graphic novels."
You black shopping. You know the rules. Don't front. You know you're supposed to be in there hands up reading books.
And we were getting ready to go anyway. I'm not gonna. You think I'm gonna run out of the store with a handful of graphic novels? That is so bizarre.
Welcome to America. That's what
What's
we
the
do.
difference between a graphic novel and a comic?
Nothing. A graphic novel is just like long. It's a long
comic book.
A comic book is like
This is a graphic novel.
The comic book represents an episode, while the trades take all those episodes and put them together, depending on what the season is, how long the season is.
Yeah.
So imagine a trade is like 6 issues to wrap up a story,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put in a trade.
Yeah.
And then you want to go get that collected book and the trade.
That's what I was telling you about Saga. If you buy that, if you get the first book that's like 400 pages, it's the first like 3 volumes.
Yeah,
so it's 18 issues. It's 18 comics in that big book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be like what, a couple graphic novels?
That would be 3 graphic novels
versus
inside of that big book.
18.
And but there are it gets weird sometimes because there are some that are just like whatever. This is like a whole story that aren't broken up into comics and are never released in like individual comic forms. Sometimes it's just like, oh, this is a book, like Alan Moore Watchmen, just a comic.
And then sometimes you get the omnibus.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about, homie.
I've got actually
Injustice, baby.
So when you what is it?
It's Injustice.
Wow. See, that's
my book.
You get them jobs, and you get them jobs where they let you just finish the whole project, and you get to collect something. So man, which one is that?
This is Sandman Overture. But this one isn't quite as big. Actually, it's Sandman Overture. It's in this huge book, but it's actually only 6 volumes. But it's just in this huge book just so they could sell it for more.
We have to educate Mary Ellen on
It's really nice, though. And you see, this one
How
even
much?
has like you can open it up like that. You see that? That's super cool, right?
Wait, what is that, JJ? Gold
Digger?
Digger?
Fred Perry. You mess with Fred Perry?
Yeah. What?
Fred Perry has been drawing Gold Digger for years.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Like Gold Digger is like so it started off with him me coming out of character. Hold on now. But Gold Digger is a story where he has like there's 2 sisters. One's a were cheetah, and another one's like this fine white girl, and she lives in Atlanta, Georgia. They live in Atlanta, Georgia, and she's the white girl is her name is I forget. There's Gina and Brittany. Gina's the white girl. She is like a super smart archaeologist.
Oh, you talking about Promethea?
No. I'm talking about Gold Digger, the book I just held up. So it's just like and my dude Fred Perry has been drawing it for years. So it's like, and he just started coloring it, and he's amazing. He pencils, inks, writes it, colors it like monthly. He is ridiculous. He's one of them beasts out there in the industry that people don't recognize except to his audience. So like, he's never done a Marvel book, never did DC. He's always had the chance to do his own situation and just ran it from there, completely independent. Like Antarctic Press. Is a publisher was a small time publisher from back in the day, and he was like their main artist, one of the main things why they make their money and their bread. And so he's been doing this for years, no fill-in issues, no days off. He gets it in, homie. It's ridiculous. And so like the story.
Hold on a second. X Factor says she might like the Dunk and Egg graphic novel.
Yes, I do like those. That's a good start. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm familiar with the story, so yeah. Fun.
So
Now,
what kind of
George-
sword?
George
What kind
was
of-
a big comic book fan, right?
Yeah,
Like-
George is a huge comic book fan from way back when he was a kid.
Wow. And he used to go to those stores with the spinner racks and all that.
Yeah. Well, so did I. I mean, so did JJ. We're that old too.
No.
I'm 45, keeping it alive. What's that?
How old?
45.
You don't look 45, sir.
Vaseline.
Yes,
what
you look
say?
68. No,
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
When were you born, JJ?
1974.
Aw.
I know, right? They know
What day?
how you-
What day?
June 21st, 1974. I'm
Very
Gemini
nice.
and Cancer, right on the cusp.
Oh yeah, baby. Like that.
So I love to communicate. I'm in tune with my emotions. I love to express, and like I said, you give me the mic, I can talk, I can perform. I can, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to be me, especially now that I accept myself more.
As you got
Everything.
older.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I do.
let me ask y'all each a question. If you each can go and tell your younger self something valuable, what would you tell yourselves and why?
Whoa.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? We can start with Mike. Who feeling it first? Who got something?
Okay, I would say to ignore my family and don't listen to their advice. Yeah,
Why?
that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Because they suck and they never knew what they were talking about, and they dissuaded me from doing things that I should have been practicing and doing like way sooner.
Yeah. You should have listened to your heart.
Because
there.
I had a lot of like jealous cousins and siblings that were just like not into like the idea of me being talented in any way. So, like,
Haters.
yeah.
Yes.
Let you know you're doing something right. You got some haters in your camp. You got some haters.
Mhm.
Get your hater count up. You need some haters to let you know you're doing it right.
Exactly.
What about you?
I would say to my younger self that although it seems like the sky is falling right now and you're very upset, it will get better and you will be okay. I wish I knew that more then. Sometimes I would think that it would never get better, right? Like I would
this is it.
This is it. My life is going to be this, and it's that kind of like extreme thinking. I still engage in it sometimes, but I can snap out of it quicker. I wish I knew that sooner. Because I probably limited myself by being caught up in those thoughts.
I believe you did. Like I said, if you're just like, why try? Why go there if like it ain't gonna get no better than it? I'm just gonna chill right here and be complacent because I can and it's comfortable. I'm familiar with it, and I don't know about the future.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly it, JJ.
And so it's just like there will be another sunrise.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be another chance for you to do this. You know what I mean? You can do it.
It's not destroyed. It's not tomorrow. That's
you can take tomorrow off if you want to, but just know that you're gonna have to get up on it.
But
because if you're not, who else gonna do it for you? That's like me learning how to take things to market, or getting up on the social media tip more. Just being more current with the times. Because I tell you, when the internet came out and home computers and everything, I was like, cell phones. I'm seeing this happen right before my eyes. It's mind blowing. Because I know I look at the older people in my family and be like, how did you just, keep wearing the old man pants? Why you just, why you stay where you at and you're not up on this hip hop? You're not on this, this MTV. You're not up on this, you're not up on this new stuff. And then all of a sudden the new stuff come out and a brother like me is like, man, I'm still wearing old people pants. I'm like, what's wrong with me, brother? So I'm like, I'm thinking,
You can't
I still dress like I did in college, so whatever. I still dress like it's 1993.
What was your situation? What would you tell your younger self?
Oh, dude, my younger self wouldn't listen to me.
I know he would.
Like, screw you, old man.
What could you say to your younger self that would make your younger self listen? And why?
Like if you just showed up from the future, like, wait, I'm gonna make a big mistake.
Yeah, sometimes it be like that. It's up to you to be like, I only got 5 seconds. ABC. And your younger self supposed to get that. You know what I mean? How would you spit it?
Keep it in your pants.
Like you've been with your girlfriend or your wife forever.
23 years.
That's empty advice. Try again. Because you didn't need to be told that. You loved her since you were 16 years old, right?
Well, hold on.
17, yeah.
Yeah,
Mike, you're
Mike has always loved you, and it's like she is an amazing individual, beautiful spirit, beautiful female. She's amazing. I met her years ago, and I know that she is just a rarity on this planet. And Mike is crafty enough to capture her and let her put his clothes on.
Mike digs in. Yeah.
I put a ring on that quick.
You know what I mean? He's like, if I get this, I'm good.
Don't matter when you say that he wanted. No.
But he knows that's his responsibility to help provide for that. You know what I mean? He crafty enough to be able to get that. So keep it in your pants. He ain't keep it in his pants. He ain't got to produce so much, he loves everything. I'm sure it's a blessing.
I meant prior to.
Oh, prior to that?
Prior to.
Your skills, because if you didn't have your skills right, you wouldn't be able to approach Jill with the confidence you obviously had when you approached her.
Yeah, we're not going to have this conversation.
I know. Oh my God,
Mike is like, no. He's like, no.
Really.
Move on.
No, it's getting close to home. No.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not playing that game. Let's see. Mike is counting his mistakes, says none of your business.
So listen, I would tell my younger self this, and why is that I'm like, you know what? Any opportunity you get, kill it, rock it the best you can. Don't worry about the people that you're trying to keep in your cipher and you're trying to keep in your group. Handle yours. Take any opportunity. And if it takes you to the moon, that's where you're supposed to be at. Don't let nothing stop you. Because I know it was in me, it's in me. You know what I mean? But at that age, that was the main thing. I can't let nothing stop me, because at that point, I'm like, nobody believes what I am. Nobody knows who I am. People like what I do, but they ain't seen like I need to be where I need to be. I need to be where I need to be at. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but nothing's gonna stop me, and I'm gonna take every opportunity.
You need to follow through.
Well, follow through, planning, follow through, and all that, no doubt, But for me, it was just like the first 3 times that Wildstorm put out a contest in the back of the comic book, I didn't think I was ready. I was just like, nah, not me, this and that.
Yes, I never had that problem, because when I was young.
What are you reacting to, Mary Ellen?
Nothing. It's okay. Sorry, no, it's just something. I'm just looking something up. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. I was way cockier when you met me when I was doing Immortal 2 and stuff. Dude, I was so freaking cocky about my art.
Yeah. You were. I bet.
Yeah, it was stupid. And like I said, that was the enemy of me getting better.
Ego. Keep it in check.
Ego. Freaking it got me to the point where I thought I could do anything. I could be anyone. I could whatever. I could be better than anybody. But reality had to slap me in the face to make me a better artist, because I wasn't what I thought I was.
You know what I mean? That's like Ali Garza. He had the same situation that when he came to Wildstorm, he was handpicked. They was like, "Oh, this cat is amazing."
His chip, the chip on his
shoulder,
like this.
He was like, he draws a little like Jeff Campbell, Jim Lee. Arthur Adams. He's mixing flavors. He's fresh, and I'm like, and plus he self-published one of his own books. Boom. So he was on the radar. They brought him in. Me being me, I was like, you cool, but you ain't all that, homie. And you're a little overweight and all this other, I was just telling it like it is, but it messed my dude up. And I was just like, oh my God, but it was a reality check on multiple levels for my homie to realize you ain't the only pencil in the book.
You need that, man. People need that. And that was the thing is, when you're an artist in a limited community, and you're the best artist, that's what it is. You're the best. You're the big fish in this little pond. You are, and then you don't get until you get out there into the wider world and you meet somebody who's like been teaching life drawing, and he looks at your stuff and he's like, well, here's a long list of everything you're doing wrong.
Right.
You're like, oh, what?
You're actually nowhere near as good as you thought you were.
Yeah, exactly. But that was such an important moment in my life. And that was Nia. Again, Nia was a life drawing teacher at the Watts Atelier. And he started
Sorry.
The occasional musical interlude.
He's trying to act on low key. He's probably gonna bust his lyrics. He got a rap name. I'm like, what's your name, mommy? What's your rap name? You know what I mean? Like, Quinn Billa. I'm like, what? Okay, Top Billa, Quinn Billa, okay. Godzilla, get it?
No.
But it's like like I said, for myself, I would tell myself, take any opportunity you can, because those people that you think are going to be in the boat with you and they're with you, part of your squad or whatever, because we fam, we squad, we team. They're gonna do their thing and they're gonna rock their opportunities, and then they're gonna leave you doing you, and like you're gonna be left behind. Like, man, I could be directing this, I could be doing that, I could be cooking for someone. You could be doing so many other things at a whole different level. Because I will say, working for Marvel early, right after I left Wildstorm the first time, I got a job over at Marvel. And it was just like it was a issue of Deadpool, and I was like, man, Ed McGuinness did his thing with it, but now I get a chance to do my thing with it. And I was just like, man, I want to draw in a way that they never seen me do. Because at Wildstorm, I was just like, I gotta just get her done, I guess, because I was always the pickup man. And so it's just like I get to actually take time, draw a dope issue, and let people see. It was going to take me to another level. Imagine doing Deadpool at the early stage like that, man. That's what was necessary. But for some reason, I could not finish these pages. I did like 3 or 4 pages and was like, ugh. It was like climbing through desert sand to get to the desk to draw these pages in a drought. I couldn't explain it. I didn't know what it was. I never felt that before. I was just like, and I was doing some of the best work I've ever done.
Call it pressure, JJ.
No. But it wasn't so I had to call the editor. I think it was Matt Idelson. And I was just like, man, I'm so sorry we haven't solicited the book. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm having the most difficult time working on these pages. And she just said, I kind of take myself off the book, this and that, He said, yeah, but I didn't know it was going to blacklist me from Marvel for some years. Live and learn, right? But it's just like years later, after doing self-diagnostic.
Like, who my editor at Dynamite is right now on the Game of Thrones books?
Who?
Matt Idelson.
That's crazy. He's still doing his thing. But it was just like realizing, like, man, it's just like doing that book, it took me to another level. And then wanting to work with people that you've been working with.
Hold on, JJ. Marion, you're about to explode. What?
No, nothing. It's just a funny joke. It's an inside joke. It's fine. I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
You really look like you're about to blow up.
No, I'm happy. I'm not mad or anything.
No, I mean, like,
nobody could be angry around JJ. Okay?
No, not anger. Just like you're like.
I just realized something. I can't say it out loud. I just realized something.
Say it.
No, I can't.
No one's listening.
Yo, man, say it. I would love to hear. I'm like,
the pressure.
I will not. I will maybe talk to you guys after. How about that?
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, JJ. I know it's hard for you to not know, but I just need No.
Life with experience. It's all good in the hood, but like I said, to wrap up, it's just like, that's why I ask people so I can understand who you are a little bit more than just, spitting out credentials. I'm like, and plus, like, learning something, like I said, I love my family. That they were definitely on some, like, not understanding what I do, but I can't say my mother did buy me any coloring book, crayon, any artistic supply. She blessed. My sister would give me money to go buy comic books, even though my father was like, why don't you be a mechanic or a truck driver or something, And so you just have to know, and then this is in hindsight, of course, but it's just like going forward, just know who you're getting the advice from and where it's coming from, I think is the best advice.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That is hard. You don't know. You don't know until you're freaking knee deep in the situation with some people. Before you find out who they really are.
That's why I say going forward. I ain't saying like when you're young, that's hindsight. You can't take that back. You did that, right? I'm talking about going forward for anybody here and listening. For now, having the same issues, like, I don't trust my family. I know I'm meant to be this, but they ain't seeing me shine. It's just like, you know what? Know where it's coming from. Because they're like, are they truly hating on you, trying to make fun of you to bring you down, or just don't
well, the thing is, like,
right,
when you're like, so like as a girl, like in the Game of Thrones story, Dany has a friend with her, Jorah, and Jorah is in love with her. So when he gives her advice, it's generally okay, but he always has in the back of his mind his love for her. You know what I'm saying? Like that clouds.
How can I like manipulate her through my advice to like more suit what I want to happen?
Yeah.
And I will say you got to live and learn to know who you're dealing with, and then get better at learning from what are these people doing. You got to ask certain questions to get to the point of like, should I be messing with you or not? You know, and it takes time. It takes time. So it's like as a young person growing up, of course. But if nobody tells us or brings us up at a certain age, we'll never get it because we're waiting on a conversation like this to happen, which probably won't happen for them. You know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
You know, so they're just like telling you that it's going to be a better day. It's going to be okay. You don't have to hold yourself down and stay on the ground. You know, you're not the only one going through something. You know what I mean? Feeling the same exact situation you're feeling. You're just a different page in a book called life, playing a different role. That's all that is. It's the same theme. It's the same story and the same structure going down and around for generations. So it's just like, you know, you saying like,
hold on a second, guys. Do you know how to get to the video dashboard nowadays?
The YouTube thing?
Changed something again.
Yeah, well, I was just telling you about how they changed everything and they're trying to force it on like YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous how much they've like and they're really trying to freaking force it. Like if you go to like I think it's called YouTube Studio now, and you go all the way to the bottom left, you can click on Creator Studio Classic. Yeah. So, but it's like stupid and bizarre how they're trying to like force this on everybody, and it's like so different and stupid. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so freaking much.
Dadgum.
So stupid.
All right, I got a super chat from Mayor McCheese for $2. He says, "Send JJ to fan edition so he can't beat up any kids." Now, come on, that's just not fair. JJ,
He's gonna be. You're now known as the kid beater.
JJ's not beating up any children.
I'm an educator.
I brought my children to JJ's house. He didn't lay a hand on them.
He smacked all of them immediately.
I'm a lover. You know. That's hilarious.
Some kids need to be hit.
Hey, I was waiting.
You're gonna get my channel struck, dude.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Wait till we start freestyling.
Oh no!
About beating up kids.
Live streaming. Oh, here we go. Live streaming. Sorry, I hate to do this in the middle of the thing. It's just events.
Middle of the thing. I'm in a mood for like
live
breaking
control.
out the song.
Jeez Louise, all that to get to my freaking live control room. This
So
is
stupid.
ridiculous. Sorry, JJ. I mean, JJ could barely get in. It took. How long did it take us to get you in here today?
About 10, 15 minutes.
No, it was longer than that, dude.
Well, like I said, you should. It should be. You give me a link and I get into it. Boom. It was more than I had to go download Chrome and have to, you know, get your link. And
download Chrome, re-sign into Twitter. Well, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, but you know what the deal is? Just knowing how to navigate the system, savvily. You know what I mean?
Savvily. Is that a word?
I don't know.
With savvy.
I don't know.
Savish. Whatever.
I'm trying to make it a verb. You know, savvy. We're gonna make you take that Webster. We're gonna savvy.
Okay. So slight aside, since Mary Ellen wasn't here for the Witcher conversation,
Okay.
Mary Ellen,
Yeah.
how much Witcher did you watch?
Oh, none.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dave, when he was here like the other day, like he watched some of it, but I couldn't really. I caught like glimpses of it, and it seemed like a little bit high fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never read the Witcher books. I just know from the game, so I can't even say. I don't know. But the game is really, there's a lot of fantasy going on. There's like magical creatures everywhere, and witches and sorcerers and all types of everything.
Yeah.
Everything you could imagine.
You're right.
So
Yeah, and a little fushoda. They had
You
that
know,
too.
grown folks doing D&D.
What was that?
What is it? The Witcher is grown folks doing D&D, Dungeons
No,
and
that's
Dragons.
Skyrim. I feel like that's Skyrim. Like
Well,
the Witcher.
Skyrim is
The
definitely
Witcher-
that.
The Witcher is a video game.
Yeah, but The Witcher the whole premise of that game is like you're a Witcher, and basically he's a monster hunter. So he goes down and like hunts witches, ghouls, ghosts, and spirit, all manner of dark things. And so he'll get hired by people, and that's what he'll do. But then everyone also kind of hates him because they're like, Witcher. They're like prejudiced against Witchers, even though they need the Witchers to hunt the dark creatures. So it's kind of like, you guys are jerks. But yeah, that's the whole deal. I've never read the novels, but the game is really good, The Witcher 3. So,
well, I'm a fan of Henry Cavill, so I might check for that.
mm-hmm. I have no idea if it's good, this show. So
I would love to see JJ. JJ, can you watch Game of Thrones and then come on with us and do reactions?
Me?
Yeah.
Thrones,
Game of Thrones. Like,
I would, you know what? I would do that, and I'm like, but you got to be prepared for what I am. You know, I can't tame it down.
I can see you really freaking out about some stuff.
You know, like I gotta be me. You know, I gotta be me because I have no other speeds or filters. You know what I mean? So if you're cool with that, then cool. I'm a spit.
Okay.
How about if we have JJ and Terry on at the same time, just to see if the internet explodes?
Nobody else.
You got somebody there. You got somebody that's like a typer. Good.
Oh yeah, Terry is he's very verbose young man.
Okay. Then we have to do that then.
Yeah,
Yo.
I want him to be like, and then what was this, and then what was that, and then.
No, we can back and forth. I'm good like that. You know what I mean? Don't let my homie Mac be here. He from the north. From North Carolina, and he is hilarious and loves to talk about review. Like I do a podcast called I Am Comics Podcast, and I have Mac come on every now and then and give Mac movie review. It is so he break it down. You should hear his review of like Bumblebee the movie. He tore it. He hilarious. Like
wow.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, you got some folks, bring them in. That's like Mike was like, yo, Jay, why don't you be my part? You know, why don't you stream with me, Jay? You know, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, homie. You gotta prep me better. I need help because I'm not as willy-nilly to jump off the bridge, you know, or get online.
No, man, we just jump on. Just jump on and talk about whatever.
You see the hassle it was. I was like you said, I'm being nice saying 15 minutes. You're like, it's more than that. I'm like, true, I didn't want to blast it, but you know, it took a minute to get on here. It's always something like that for me. That's why I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna stay in my art cave and just draw.
You gotta get used to it. You know.
And that's the thing about it.
Once you get on the horse, you know how to ride. It's all good.
Yeah. And it's true. That's why I was like, you know what? You called me, you prepped me. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm available. Let's, you know, you ready for me? Then let's do this because you know I'm a character without trying.
Yeah,
it's me trying to tame me down.
Could it be structured, JJ? Could I have like questions and we go back and forth?
Yeah, all day.
Okay, cool. Love it.
Give me the parameters and let's do that.
Okay,
JJ, you have to start your own channel first so that you can funnel.
You don't have a channel?
Nah.
He's got like one channel with some pornographic music.
People would just listen to you. You don't need other people there.
It's like, you know what? And it's like, I know that me moving back to Ohio.
You have people like that. The way you say you want to. You should do it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I do have. I do need a channel, and I will say the only YouTube presence that I have is besides some people interviewing me at Comic-Con sometimes is I was in a band called the Love Collective. We made music,
right? Yeah.
And so we made videos and music. So if you go to
tell them what it's called, JJ.
Hold on, what are you talking like? I should be ashamed of my music.
No, I think it's gonna get a laugh. So
flabbergasted. Can't you tell? But
how dare you?
Yeah, I know, right? How dare you? It's just like the Love Collective, all one word. And it's probably easier to type in Fatty Batty.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Oh my
God. Fatty Batty is our most popular song, but we make all kind of different musics. It's like that's the only song we have like that. And so me being who I am, making music with another person who's not afraid to be who we are, like, you know, we're gay, let's be artists, let's do our thing and be unapologetic about what we're talking about. Let's not try to do some formulaic situation. Let's just express and make sure that we like it. We want to dance to it because we can both. I can dance. He can dance. We go to the club and feel it. You know what I mean? You don't let these fool you, homie. Don't let that like that. Not like that. But
I can dance. If you want to dance the Argentine tango, let's do it right now.
That's the thing. You've never seen me. You know me, but you never seen me get down like that. So it's just like I crush. And so making music with my homie with the opportunity to perform, to make music, to produce, to rap, to sing, to like perform on stage and everything. It's like, yeah, we got like 7 videos up and everything. So it's like Fatty Batty is the easiest one to go find. And I was like, it's funny, it's sexy, you know. It's definitely unapologetic, but it's like I'm not taking myself serious, you know. It's fun. I'm gonna write a rap. I'm gonna write a rap talking about penis, but I'm gonna make it where I can spit it in any cipher, or and it's good.
So that's what Fatty Batty's about. It's about
back
penis.
that up 10 seconds because Andy Hayes comes on and he says, "What's going on, everyone? What are they discussing?" JJ, go.
Apparently, penis rap.
He wasn't ready for it. It's a new day. Like the wrestlers, it's a new day. He ain't ready for that. It's all good.
Real quick, someone said, "How's Tadia going?" You can find the Indiegogo page somewhere in Mike's description, I think, and get put on the email list. Yes.
And if it's not, it will be momentarily. Actually, I got to run to the bathroom real quick, so I'm going to mute myself.
All right.
You too. Hold it down, homie. But yeah, making music and then performing and then making songs that challenge me. I like that. You know what I mean? So like, how can I write a song that's talking about this without being vulgar? It's funny. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm not mad at people writing songs about, licking them low and like, age ain't number the number, being a Pied Piper to children's and stuff. I ain't tripping on none of that. Everybody can express, just have a quality about what you're talking about, And I know that being a gay rapper is still having to go over that hurdle. Am I cool enough to own that, me doing me? Can I put it out there and be me? Like, yeah, I can do that. I know people are going to be like, well, I ain't into that, and that ain't my thing. That's fine. I'm not thinking about who your thing is, who you talking to, what you doing on a Saturday night. I know that everybody will talk that. People will go there. I know our society just takes it for granted now. But, like, this is a person that's like, I had to own me on all levels. Am I strong enough to do that? Or am I going to try to keep blending in because I can? It's like being light-skinned and black, being like, I can blend in with the white people. Boom. And then jumping back and forth when you want. I'm like, I can't beat that. You know what I mean? I got to be me. So it's like I got tired of hearing everybody talking about their conquests, making their moves and who they did things with. And I'm sitting there just,
what are we talking about?
About me being me. I don't know, some more gay stuff. But I know your channel ain't about that, so I ain't trying to, scare your people. I just feel comfortable talking to my peoples right here, like like it's all good. And you know how I am. I put it on the table.
I know how you are, JJ.
So it's just that perspective that might be unique to people's. I don't get on the mic that much. So it's like, get on making music. I want to make music. I want to express. I want to draw. I want to hug. I want to congratulate. I want to be able to elevate people. You know what I mean? So when I'm gone, all you got was that from me, and we good because you didn't eat much else after that. You know what I mean? If I give you a plate of my food, all you need is a fork. It's seasoned already. But you can have some soy sauce if you want. I got some Red Rooster. I got some salt and pepper. You can have some of this if you want. You know what I mean? A little vinegar on greens. We good. But it's just like, I got to be me, and I want people to be them. I would never tell a person like you that you need to not be you. I will tell you control you more. No diggity. But never not be you. You know what I mean? Because that's necessary to be your character in this story called life. I want to see you and everything you bring. And if you fall down and bump your head, I want to see how long it takes you to get up. And that's the truth. That's why things are successful in the entertainment industry that reflect that. That's why people who learn that the younger, the better. You know what I mean? It's the truth. So it's like, when I'm out, I won't leave footsteps like that. And I'm out. I'm good. So you ever hear anybody at my wake talking some fakeness, call them out. That's what I want. You come to my show and be like, JJ don't talk like that. I'm like, Mike will spit and bring your samurai swords. Got it. That's what I'm talking about.
No, grab it.
No, you better show them. No, they don't know you got them though. I know you got them. See, he'd be like, these are real samurai swords.
Yeah.
and he know how to use them. Like stand.
This isn't a prop. That's a legit.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
So the kids, but it's high up. The kids can't get to it.
That's right.
So ain't no 5-year-olds and 7-year-olds getting beat up and cut.
Sharon Marlowe says, "You're awesome, great story." We have been neglecting the chat all night long. I feel so sorry.
So if I want to see what the chat is, I have to make another web window. Go to your
Facebook. Go to my YouTube page. Actually, I can just hold on a second. Let me.
And people are okay. Let me try.
Drop the link to it in the chat here, and then you can just.
I'll just click on my Safari and then open it up.
Okay, you can do that.
What's the sunglasses guy's name? His name is JJ Kirby.
JJ. Let me turn off like and share so you can see.
Yeah, there you go. Bam. You can Google me, homie. It's okay.
Please note, Mike S. Miller has everything within arm's reach of his desk. It's true. You mentioned something.
Yeah.
My wife's poster. I got it. Samurai
Mike is always on the ready. You can't
it's
stop
sort
it.
of this weird 4-dimensional hypercube where it's like, what do you say? What do you want? Oh, you want a gold piece? All right, here's a piece of gold right here. What else do you need?
You just like reach through 5 dimensions.
Mike, did you do anything with Marvel lately?
No, I haven't done anything with Marvel since the Sworn Sword. Which was
Sworn Sword.
Sworn Sword. It's the
Sworn Sword.
It's this within our arm's reach. This is the Hedge Knight Part 2, Sworn Sword.
George R.R. Martin, the guy that wrote the books that Game of Thrones is based off of.
Yeah.
Got it.
Song of Ice and Fire books.
See, you always get them type of gigs too. You get them good gigs. They'll be like, damn, this motherfucker, he be stroking. Like, what? When was the last time you inked anybody?
Anybody else? Oh my gosh, I couldn't even. Oh no, I inked John Malin on one of my Lone Star covers.
Oh yeah, how's
he never does anything. He does it all digitally, right? So I'm like, well, you do your thing, and then I'm gonna print it out, and then I'm gonna ink it. And so I inked over his digital pencils, and he's never looked better.
Nice. Well, I know you got the delicate hands for that situation, so I ain't mad at that. Like you definitely have a style and a cleanliness to you that's just like very signature.
Oh, hey, the comments are finally working for some bizarre reason.
How do I get on your comment section? So I'm on I'll go to your YouTube channel. Let's see. Art of the Hero?
Art of the Hero with Mike S. Miller.
Okay, I'm clicking on your channel. So I'm on your channel, videos, playlist, community.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Bright Glory says, good question. Who could play Sir Duncan Mattal?
Unknown. Gotta be unknown.
Yeah.
If it's somebody that's too well known, it's just gonna become that actor because no one knows who Sir Duncan is. It's gotta be like someone that we don't really know, I think. But then I guess who is like out now that I guess could potentially play him? I don't know.
I don't know any 7 foot tall actors.
Yeah, I was gonna say that dude that plays the work kind of has like the right look almost. But more with the longer hair, but then not really.
No.
Kind of. I don't know.
And he's like 17 years old at the beginning. So he would literally have to be an unknown giant boy.
He's a big dude.
So Mike, I'm on your channel. How do I find out where what am I supposed to click on?
There should be a video that says live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What Quinn, why don't you tell
Oh, I'll see it right there. Okay.
JJ, can you listen to Quinn's story?
Yeah. Say it again.
Can you listen? I want Quinn to share with you.
JJ, you gotta mute it.
Quinn's story.
You must mute the video.
Mute the video you're playing.
Or just pause it. Just pause it.
You gotta mute it.
Just pause it and the chat will still flow.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Like, how do you mute this?
Lower left-hand corner of the screen.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I wanted Quinn to share with you his first graphic novel and the concepts and stuff for it.
So which one? What was the question? I'm ready now. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're ready? Okay, I'm gonna have Quinn explain to you his graphic novel that he just came out, or that he's coming out with his first one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, because I want to get your thoughts. I want to hear what you thought after he was.
Oh, you know I got a hot mic. You really? Okay. You know I'm.
Okay.
You down for the Quinn?
I mean, sure. I can't really give away all the details about it, but I can give you like
Just
the basic.
give me enough so I can understand what you're bringing to the table.
Okay.
And that I can, so when I'm speaking, it isn't that I'm like, well, I got plans for that, and I meant to do this. I'll be like, I don't know what you got. I'm going off what you gave me, homie.
All right. So my story, Tadia, is set in a fictionalized medieval society called Morath. And I am playing with some of those traditional fantasy tropes. Like there is a big bad guy, like the Sauron type, Baelor, and his minions are known as the Fomori. And a lot of what I'm doing with this comic, I'm playing on like Celtic mythology and also just a bunch of different mythologies from around the world. And I'm putting them together and twisting them for this story. Essentially, the whole idea of this story is that traditionally the people of this kingdom, Morath, have gave offerings to the Tuatha, who are basically nature spirits. And in my story specifically, they guard the barrier between this realm and the other world, which is another Celtic concept of the other world, which is like a spirit realm. But in my story, the other world is basically it is the place that spirits cross through when they're moving into the next place. And it is also the home of Baelor and his minions, the Fomori. Now, like I said, traditionally, the people of Morath have given offerings to the Tuatha, who guard that barrier and keep kind of Baelor and his Fomori at bay. But since the divinity has started to rise, which is like my analog for Christianity in this story, they worship the Father. And basically, their whole thing is, we don't want you kind of like feeding these old pagan things. These are demons. We don't believe in it. It's taboo. And so since the divinity is rising, since they have gradually more and more influence, these mythical creatures, the Tuatha, who are fairy tales, legends, essentially, they're actually real. And because they're not being fed, because offerings aren't being made to them anymore, they are growing weaker, and they can no longer effectively protect the barrier between this realm and the other realm. So Baelor and his Fomori are starting to press on the borders of this kingdom from the other world. And so the next step is when I get to the witches. So the witches are basically, they're a coven of witches known as the Daughters of Hecate. And Hecate is a real world goddess that I've also taken and twisted a little bit for the story. And they see what's happening because they've always kept the old ways. They see that the Tuatha grow weaker. They see that Baelor and his Fomoris are pressing on the borders of this world. And essentially, they have a plan. They should have this king in their pocket because of dealings that they've had with this family in the past. They're owed a blood oath from this king's family, and they go back to seek that blood oath. They say, ask the divinity to pull back. You are the king. You have power. You can do this. You can help us. You can tell them to not make it so taboo to leave bread and meat to the Tuatha. They only need a little bit to survive. But King Gideon is, of course, very vain, so he kind of shuts them down. And normally, when these witches have made a pact with someone, they've made a blood oath, they've made a blood pact, they could easily destroy someone that doesn't obey, because it is a blood oath. This is very powerful magic we're talking about. But because Gideon is a king, he has been raised above other men. Other men have raised this mortal man up and said, you are my king. And so he is given esoteric power that these witches can't directly touch. And so these witches are very pragmatic, and they're driven to extreme measures to save Morath. And basically what it involves is creating the title character, Tadia, who they call the Wand of Hecate, the Fire of Hecate, Hecate's torch. And through Tadia, they hope to bend Morath and push it towards a kingdom that is more how they would like it to be. And they hope to save the Tuatha and save Morath and keep Baelor and his minions from crossing over into Morath. And they hope to use Tadia. But in truth, they don't truly know what they've created. They hope that they can control her, but they don't truly know, they don't truly fully understand what they've done in the creation of this girl. So that is the general deal with this whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have any questions or just anything that's not clear?
No, like I said, so I'm listening to you, give me the breakdown. I'm saying like, all right, cool. So for me, I've worked on a lot of scripts over my years, and like a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. I never claimed to be, the paragon of flavor, but it's like, I've practiced my ability over the years, and I'm just like, you know what, I understand storytelling. I've talked to enough writers, and I've done this enough, or whatever I can do. I feel comfortable speaking on this subject. So the information you gave me, I'm like, all right, you gave me backstory, and I'm like, all right, cool, no doubt. If it's like, I didn't ask for the elevator pitch, so you broke it down to me, which is cool and shit. I feel that, but I've learned that, and I will say the story that you like say you're doing like the fantasy stuff, dope. I can't even front out listen. I was listening to see if you'd be like, well, it's a story about these people in peril having a situation or whatever in a fantasy landscape that come across, make or whatever, engineer this female character who's going to help them with their situation, but they don't know if they can control her or not. So I'm like, oh, okay, okay, I ain't mad at that, And so then you can go in and be like, what it's going to be this and there's that and there's this, and I'm like, cool, because I know sometimes I'm like, okay, what's going good? So I'm like, fantasy, cool. Epic, cool. But I will say you're writing it like you're planning to have like a good 12. It's a comic book, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you were pitching it, and I think your premise is written like or structured like you're planning on having like 12 issues to get it out, 20 issues. Like you gonna get, is this self-publishing or is it like trying to get through Image or something? Or what's going down?
We are self-publishing through Indiegogo.
Okay.
Yes.
So are y'all prepared to do? Because like I said, this isn't a one issue thing. This it don't even sound like a 5 issue thing. This is some epic situation that you two have to, or whoever's artist on this has to be. The creators on this have to be committed to the situation because in order to tell the story right, you got to go that far, And so I'm like, okay, I think you got like this cover artist, or this is not. So who's doing the interior? You doing the interior, Mike?
No, we're still working on that. I'm sort of art directing the project for him.
Okay, so you art directing. He got somebody do a cover for him. You got somebody do a cover for you, and then y'all have somebody doing interiors already, or trying to
We
work.
haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like this is that situation where I'm like, hopefully, I don't know how many comics you've written or what the deal is, but it does help to structure in a way where like, you know what, I want to keep them coming back. The subplot is the easy trick for that. Is king for that. You leave them on a cliffhanger. What? Bring them back the next issue. You know what I mean? Which I'm sure you know all about. But it's also a situation where it's just like, I would say hit them with every now and then a splash page, that moment, something they haven't seen before. Like we've seen the fantasy, we've seen dragons, we've seen warrior females, we've seen it all before, and they're still willing to see it again. It's just how do you flip it? Are you prepared to flip it? The fact that
for sure.
The fact that you're like, they make this character or they fabricate or she comes about. And they're like, we got a chance now, but they don't know if they can control her. Is the bread and butter of the story for mine. Everything else is icing, It's just like, it's a fantasy world. There's this Sauron character pushing on the barrier, shit's getting hot, and they, need some help like this. And, so I'm saying like, cool. You got this shit planned out. You know where it's going. I'm like, well, what's the story? And like I said, the story is you got this group who have this situation that's engineered this person that's like, but they don't know if they can control her. So I'm like, now I'm interested. Now I'm intrigued where I'm like, well, how do they control her? Can they control her? Or is she loyal? Is she not? Well, what can she do? What is the threat now? Now I'm more invested, just spitting raw at you. But the premise overall, I'm cool with that, Are you realizing who your competition is and planning for that, Because like I said, like for me, I was like, I'm doing superhero joints. Everybody says Marvel and DC is doing it. There's no room. They want to do horror novels and detective stories and romance, whatever. And I'm like, that's room for all that shit. So I'm saying like, I got superheroes, but I'm turning the baby size, and they're knocking out juggernauts because I can do that. And if at any time I want, I can always turn them into adults again and be done with the story, in and out. Because I don't know if I'm willing to dedicate that much of my life to it. It's supposed to be a get her done story, or it's in a way where I'm like, I'm gonna get some episodic situation till I'm done. like Invincible, like Bone, like, you know, certain characters and creators that are just like, you got to tell this epic story. So if you got an epic story like that, be prepared to go there, homie, or else you're gonna be pulling out, and we're gonna be like, oh, okay, you know, we ain't gonna finish it. We can tell he got more to say, but you know, you're setting yourself up for a large task. It sounds like, unless you're prepared to whittle it down and be creative with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing, JJ. You're thinking with a Image Comics self-publishing mindset.
Well, true.
We're thinking with the Indiegogo YouTube. Quinn already has a huge fan following, and he's setting this up. That's what the mailing list is for, guys. You join, you go down in the description, you hit on that mailing list. If Quinn can get even 1,000 people interested in his book, that's
1,000 people down, and I feel that.
No, that's a freaking hit. And when you're selling these books for $25 a pop, dude, that's golden. But we're aiming for Quinn to have 5,000 people on that mailing list before he launches.
And I'm like, so that's the thing about you. I don't know how much of it is you or Quinn that's like driving that, but you have the knowledge.
Quinn's got the audience. I'm just kind of
okay. So check that. The point I'm trying to make is that that's the ability to take whatever you have to market. If you can paint hearts on rocks and sell them, saying love rocks, that's dope. But how you gonna take it from your desk to market? So if you got that, then cool. But how can you keep them coming back? How can you make a
quality?
You know what I mean? What's your voice? Because we can tell we're all inspired by the same things. And like I said, Quinn, I'm not dissing. Don't take it as that. I mean, like I said, I'm interested. Like I said, you had me when you said homegirl, they don't know if they can control her or not, or if they can trust her. And I'm like, all right, now I'm getting to why I would stick around, because I want to see if they can or not. You know what I mean?
The thing is, this is going to be a quality product.
I never thought it wouldn't be.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing is when you've got you deliver a quality product to a fan base who's already interested in you as a person and as a creator, then once you've got your first, call it 1,000 people, first 1,000 people locked in, they bought those books, right? 800 to 900 of those people, if it's a quality product, are almost guaranteed to buy the second book, right? So between the first book and the second book, what you're doing is you're trying to get more people interested. So I went from 2,300 on my first book to 3,200, 3,300 on my second book. So I went up by 1,000 backers from my first book to my second book. So hopefully by the time Quinn gets to book 3 or 4, he's just continuously growing his readership, his reader base.
That's the plan.
Okay, so
really different from the way the comic book standard market works.
So listen, all right, but he's doing a comic book, and whether he put it on a stand or not, he's still doing a comic book. And I understand he's like, I want to tell my story, which is enough room in the universe for everybody to have their own planet. So it's all good. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is like, yo, homie, is there anywhere, are you prepared to flip it and know that the lane you're getting in is already saturated with this type of situation? You know what I mean? Everyone wants to listen.
I mean, I know.
Like I said, like I've seen and known cats who are like, I got this situation. I'm staying, I know my lane. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm like, cool, do that. Do you know how to do it and get it there? So when Mike's talking to me like, it's going to be quality product, we got this many, and dude, by this time you should build this, and I have this audience. I'm like, dude, that's the business side of it, and I'm not tripping off of that. You know that more than I do. I'm good. I'm just talking about the creative side of it. It's like, you know what? You got your story, homie. Quinn, you're doing your thing. No diggity. It's going to be a challenge because it sounds like a lot of, it sounds epic. It doesn't sound like, oh, you just get 1, 2 issues, and you can understand that it's Spider-Man. He's swinging through the city, saving people, period, You can be right. You know what I mean? Your shit sounds longer and more thorough than that. So, of course, you need the time and space to do that. And hopefully it is a quality product and that you get the time to do that. Yes. All I'm saying is also the format for doing a comic, if you haven't done any, which I don't know your history. I'm just saying if you're doing a comic book, it helps to be able to know how to put a splash in there. Right now, show me a dragon, but don't make it a traditional dragon because you won't.
No dragons.
You know what I mean? But it's like, turn the page and see something we ain't never seen before. Like comic book knowledge is what I'm trying to talk to you about right now. Because I do this, Mike does this and everything. But the same thing I was trying to tell Mike about his book earlier. I was like, don't be afraid to throw these splashes in there and make it pop and show me something I haven't seen. Even though you're doing a patriotic hero, let me, show me something, flip it. That's like when Stephen Platt put bullet holes in Captain America's shield for the first time. It's like we've never seen that before.
Yeah, because it's vibranium. That wouldn't make any sense.
But I understand, I hear you. But stylized.
Sorry, I go practical.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like Stephen Platt, Captain America. Like I said, you can bring it up. Like I said, it was like he would put because he did Profit for Rob Liefeld's company. Yeah.
Splat.
So it's like, yeah, he definitely was doing things in a way that's like, I've never seen that before. Dope. So you want to come back for more. If you can get an artist on your book that's helping bring that, and you give them those moments, all I'm saying is like it makes your comic book even better, even more. You know what I mean? It's like, I would never assume that people will just support me because, they know me. I've learned that lesson. Now, don't get me wrong. You got thousands of people loving you, doing what you do. Like I say, I don't know you like that. I'm getting to know you. But you got thousands of people willing to support and give you $1 in the pulpit. That's amazing. And that's amen. It's a blessing. You know what I mean? Big up. But like I said, it's just, I don't know. Like I never, like for myself, I know that when I'm mixing my creations together, I'm doing it in a manner where I'm like, I don't know if they're going to support it or not. But this is undeniable because I've seen what's out there and I'm competing. And so when you see what I'm bringing to the table, if I get a chance the proper platform, you can't diss. You just sound like a hater, Get out of here with that.
When you're talking about not bringing it in the art, you're talking about because I didn't put like hardly.
No. So what I'm trying to explain is it's both. It's the art, it's the writing, it's the characters. It's because, like I said, you have an interesting platform, which I'm like, you know what? And I love your names. The names for you, like it's hard to come up with like fantasy names and everything. You got some good ones on me. What's this? Who that?
That's a double page spread from issue 2.
What happened to Mary Ellen?
Okay.
She stepped away, so I took her out until she comes back.
She vanished.
She is, however, in the chat. So.
No, she.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I threw a couple of splash. That's not what I wanted to do.
Lone Star versus a Nazi.
Yeah. And then.
Okay.
Are those Nazi zombies?
No. These are
Nazi vampires.
These are gang members.
Oh, okay.
Not Nosferatus?
Not these.
They're just regular gang members.
Regular gang members, yeah.
Mm. Like I said, so like the example that I want to make or say, if this clarifies, it's like, tell your story. It's good. You know what I mean? Do the thing. You're valid. Your voice is valid. And I know you already know this. You've been doing this without permission. You've been doing this, okay? I'm just saying, I know as a comic book reader.
That is creepy, Mike, with the bed, with the vampire chick. That is so creepy. Is she on a bed? Yeah, that is so creepy.
Where she gets
Reminds me of Dracula. Like, he in the book, he like comes out of that big window into, what's her name, Lucy's bedroom, and he's all like,
Yeah.
Who covered this?
What?
Mike, who covered this?
J. Nanjan Jambari.
Who?
J. Nanjan Jambari.
Huh, very good.
Was he actually watching Dracula?
I don't know.
Is that Dracula? Are they watching that on the TV?
Yeah, they're watching it.
That's so funny because I was like, that reminds me of Dracula.
Well, this is kind of a trick of when you have to do exposition, you don't want it to be that two guys sitting on the couch. So I had the exposition of what they're talking about kind of coincide with what is happening on the movie, so I could have a cool vampire thing going on at the same time I'm giving the speech about life.
That's
right?
Cool.
And so it plays both ways. So I got to do some cool old-fashioned vampire hunter stuff. I can't wait for the rest of this book to be colored and printed and in your hands, so that JJ can critique it and tear me apart.
See, I'm not a bad guy. I can already tell where this has went. So I'm not a bad guy. I just spit it like like I said.
I know. That's why I asked.
True.
Honesty.
You know, like I said, like I'm not trying to set anybody up for failure. You know, I'm trying to just
dude. That's the thing. Critique builds. Critique builds. Freaking blowing smoke up your butt does not build you as a creator.
So true.
Well, true. But like I said, some people thrive on it. Some people don't mess with it. You know
what? The people that don't mess with it, they ain't gonna freaking grow.
I'm always reading criticisms about myself, like on a daily basis. People are criticizing my voice, my whole look.
That's what I go to Twitter
everything.
For.
Yeah.
Like, really?
No, that was a joke. Twitter's hell.
No, not you. I'm talking about him though. Like people who criticize you like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it goes with the territory of being on YouTube.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what they're talking about. I want to listen to books narrated by you.
People like to hate.
You sound like you got flow, like you can rap and everything. Like you be like, "Yo, I'm on the mic and I'm spitting." Like I'm like, I'd love to hear what you sound like. You got any lyrics?
What of what? What did you just say?
Do you rap at all?
I don't rap. No. I sing sometimes though.
You just sing. That's it.
Yeah.
You take it seriously?
Not really. No, I'm not like a professional singer or anything. I was in like choir back in the day.
He has sunshine on a cloudy day.
You don't have to be professional. I mean, take it seriously, like that you can belt or you can sing when you want to. Type seriously, you know what I mean? You know how to do.
Sure.
Your favorite song come on the radio. You ain't afraid to sing it.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't afraid to sing "Always and Ever," "Always There Forever," and be like, "I'm gonna take it there."
Geez, my Cyber Monday deal's still up. I need to take that. Whoops.
Eminem is the GOAT, Quinn.
What was that?
I'm reading some of these live chats. Somebody, Bernard Wangsey, I need glasses. Bernard Wangsey says Eminem is the GOAT, Quinn. I don't know what that means. He's talking to you.
Whatever. It's because I said Eminem was obsessed with Mariah, and it's true. It's true. I mean, he can rap and then still be obsessed. I mean, if you've been writing songs about somebody for 20 years straight and not shutting up, I mean, it's kind of, but whatever.
Yes, Dragon Quinn does the Ideas of Ice and Fire and the Dune lore channel correct. And welcome back, Mary Ellen. Were you having some stalker issues again?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay.
Just some of my friends are in there, and they want me to stream afterwards, which I probably will. So
yes, Durakin, I am the Ideas of Ice and Fire and Dune lore guy.
Yeah.
That is
Durakin. Is that how you say that? That's cool.
No, it's Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he spells it like that for a reason. Sharon Marlowe for $5 says, "Sing, Quinn."
Sing what?
I don't know.
I can't burst into song like that.
Yes, you can. You've been doing it all night.
You do it all night. I know. Like, what are you talking about?
It's really hard to just burst into song when you like.
How about Jenny of Oldstone's "High in the Halls of Whatever"? Sing that one.
I don't know the lyrics to that.
All right. Blast of the Giants.
That's not. See, if I sing a song from a song of Ice and Fire, people are gonna be like, "Oh, why are you singing it in an R&B tone?" And it's like my voice is naturally just R&B sounding, just period.
Hey, homie, run it. Don't be afraid. You know what I mean?
I don't even know because Blast of the Giants doesn't even have a melody, so it's like I can't. It's just
Blast of the Giants.
It's from a song of Ice and Fire. It's a written song, so there's no melody that goes along with it.
It's one of I'm drinking mead songs.
Let me see. Don't play that song for me. Is that too high? Cause it brings back memories. It's Aretha Franklin. Of days that I once knew. Those days that I spent with you. Oh no, don't let them play.
Okay.
Because it fills up my heart with pain.
Okay.
So please stop it right away. Because I remember just what he said.
Keep on.
Darling, but I know you're lying. You know that you're lying. Darling, you're lying. You're lying. Hey, mister, don't play it no more. Don't play it no more. I can't stand it. That's enough. Don't play it no more.
Good.
Hey, you can do yes.
There we go.
You've been to church.
Yes, I sung in church. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Like that.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, so you definitely got the pipes. You should do that. Not be afraid to do that. And anybody says you can't, I'll be like, what? You know, they ain't Simon Cowell. Don't worry about that.
Every Tadia comic book will come with an MP3 of Quinn singing. Hey.
We'll write a song for Tadia.
So that people just talk random quotes or something. Or they just write random stuff in these comments.
They write, random. Usually, it has something to do with what we're talking.
What we're saying, yeah.
Sometimes people are just having their own conversations in the chat. And
yeah, that happens.
you look over and you're like, "What?"
Okay. I can see that now. Okay.
Kevin Ryan says everyone liked it except Simon. It's a no.
Right. No, you good, homie. You should definitely. Have you ever recorded your voice?
Yes, I have.
Sang over
Sometimes I
songs?
record songs just for fun. I have a bunch on the computer that are just sitting around.
Okay.
Chino Comics said, "What's good, homie, JJ?"
Huh?
Chino Comics, do you know?
Chino
Comics. He says, "Hey, JJ, what good, homie?"
Oh, I'm trying to live it, trying to survive and be alive. You know, but Chino, people using their aliases. I don't know them, everybody. So it's like,
I know.
Good
What is
question.
the deal with everybody using aliases on social media? It's like, what are you scared of?
Well, I'll tell them what's happening. I'm trying to be present, basically. So, you know, I'm here. You know, I'm here.
Yeah. But that's the thing about, Joanne Sarmento for Canadian $3.99 throws 3 hearts at us. Except I can't throw them on the screen.
Are they throwing hearts too? Okay.
So they do a blue heart, and a pink heart.
Say something random, JJ. So Dirac, the Diracan. Dirac. You want me to say something random, JJ?
Koalas are delicious.
What? Peanut butter.
Someone just said.
I wonder if they are, though.
Koalas are delicious. Hell yeah, they are.
What?
They're awesome. Like, trust me. Like I said, koalas are amazing. Like I said, you would be surprised. You ever see a koala feeding?
He said delicious, though.
I know, but it's like it depends on what you think is delicious. Delicious. That's awesome. You know.
All right, there you go. That's a good topic. Quinn, weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
When what?
Weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Weirdest thing I've ever eaten? I guess octopus. You know, I've had octopus before. It's weird. Yeah, is that what a calamari is?
Yeah.
No, calamari squid.
Yeah, calamari squid. Yeah, and it wasn't even fried. It was like
raw?
It was raw.
No way. You didn't eat
raw
octopus. Yeah, it was boiled, right? Is it?
I mean,
gooey or chewy?
It was more like chewy.
That's boiled.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't raw then, but it wasn't good. I didn't like it. I was like, bah. I liked escargot though. Snails, like cooked right, those are really good.
You eating snails on me?
I've eaten them before. I don't go out like, let me get some escargot, but I've eaten it before and it was good.
After a good rain, you just go out and collect them.
Go out into the garden and pick some escargot and throw it on the stove.
There you go. JJ.
What? The most random thing I've eaten?
Yeah.
I would have to say, for me, eating a little alligator or possum. I didn't have a possum. I'm sorry, my relatives. Did she give me some? As a kid, I think my mom gave me some possum because we lived in Georgia. But then I got older, went to Australia for a trip, and had some alligator. I was like,
"You can get gator."
I've had alligator.
Florida, yeah.
But it's like, come on, to me, it's the weirdest. I ain't never had that before. I'm like,
no, if you were in Australia, you probably had crocodile.
Crocodile, alligator. It was lizard. I was like, I'm eating lizard. I'm not trying to do that. It was fatty. It was. I prefer catfish. Some chicken.
Yeah, I know.
Keep it simple.
I made you some catfish.
Huh?
Mary Ellen. I said I made you some catfish.
Yes, and it was delicious. Mike, if y'all
Mary
don't know,
Ellen, what is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I can't. I've never eaten any weird animal or anything.
Dog meat? No, I'm kidding.
Nope. Yeah. No.
That's terrible. I wouldn't like you.
Have you ever tried a dog biscuit?
No.
I have. I've tried a dog biscuit.
How are they?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
It's like a brick of dirt, basically.
Yeah, basically. Like, how can dogs enjoy this?
I don't know.
I guess like the weirdest thing I eat are dandelions.
What?
Yeah.
Dandelions have healthy properties.
So
dandelion root, it has a lot of digestive and like liver stuff. It can do a lot.
It's very, very, very good for you. I take the stems and the leaves and I make it into a salad with like white onion, olive oil, and red wine vinegar, and lots of salt, and it's delicious.
It's also good for your urinary tract.
That counts.
Yeah. So that's something I eat on the regular, and that's a little weird for people.
I will accept that as weird.
Dandelions.
I
have a plethora of things to choose from. Octopus. I love octopus. I can't eat shellfish anymore, so I can't eat that. I've had natto, which is that disgusting fermented soybean stuff that tastes like wet socks. Whale, though, probably top of the list. And raw horse.
Kind of whale. Horse?
Raw horse.
Raw horse? What did it like just die or something?
Yeah, I went to Japan last year this time, and I was like, I'm in Japan. I gotta go eat whale. I gotta try whale because they're
serving whale and raw horse in Japan.
Yeah.
What? I knew about. I could have guessed whale, but I didn't know about horse. I didn't know they ate horse.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Exactly. The horse is better than the whale. You know,
the horse is better.
It's like a cross between mackerel, like a really fatty fish, and beef. But the texture is more like liver, even though it's muscle. It's such a huge muscle that it's like mushy. So I did it because my mom was telling me, I was like, oh yeah, whale's what we had to eat when we were kids. That was just the staple in Japan because there were no cows, there were no, so they just went out, hunt whales and whale for lunch, everyone.
Let's just go get some whale, guys.
So I wanted to try it, and well, let's just knock that off my bucket list. I'm not going to do that again.
Everyone else's head is down, so I'm going to do this in solidarity for the whale.
Well, hey, one whale.
I'm kidding.
You can feed a lot of people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right?
The meat industry in America, I can't talk about anybody eating whales because it's like we're crazy over here.
Yeah.
Anyway. Wait. Someone said snakes are good. Shut up. Do not eat snakes. I'm a fan of snakes.
I actually killed a snake this last summer.
Oh no. I have a pet snake.
I was at I know you've got a boa, right?
She's a ball python.
Ball python?
Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I was at camp and with like all the high school kids and stuff, and they were all screaming because there was a snake in the middle of the road. So I caught it. I didn't mean to kill it, but it was like wrapped around my arm.
Oh God.
And so I unwrapped it in order to throw it into the bush.
And you broke its neck by accident.
Yeah, I threw it, but when I threw it, because it was straight, it helicoptered and picked up speed. Back to bed. So I wanted to.
Well, I'm dead.
We didn't have a fire to.
Oh,
I know.
I don't know what snake would taste like.
Probably like chicken. Marielle, what are you doing?
Someone says Quinn defends the snakes. Of course, I defend the snakes. I am House Slytherin.
I don't have any. I don't eat snakes or anything. I'm sorry, guys.
No, someone is like complaining about me defending snakes, and I'm like, I'm House Slytherin. Like, of course, I'm gonna defend snakes, and that's of course a Harry Potter reference.
Yes.
The whole sigillus.
I don't like snakes. I don't like snakes or spiders.
Snakes are cool.
I wouldn't try a spider.
Spiders, no.
That does not sound delicious at all.
Ugh, no. I guess like everything tastes like chicken though.
Doesn't bison just taste like cow? Probably. Someone said bison is legit.
Bison, it doesn't taste just like, but it's pretty close. It's good.
I would imagine so.
It's good. Bison is good.
Have you ever had human?
Yeah.
Human is freaking good, man.
Human? Like cannibal?
It's like sweeter, more delicious pork. No, I'm kidding.
Human? No. All right, Skagos.
They do say that human meat is like pork. I've heard that a lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It smells
cool.
like pork.
Oh, okay.
Someone says Quinn is not joking. I've definitely never eaten people.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
I have definitely never eaten people, guys.
Get some Soylent Green.
have you ever
Oh,
eaten
man.
anything that was still alive?
No.
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 I can't even eat a piece of fish that's still in the shape of the fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, those little, like, I need it to be separated, and I'm not looking at the whole thing. That was just swimming. Like, we do this at Christmas Eve, like bacala, or I forgot what it's called, whatever. But like, it's like the actual fish.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I don't want that.
It kind of freaks me out when people are doing like the barbecues and they have the whole pig. I'm just like, ugh.
Come on, don't put it all
I'm sure
together.
it's delicious, but I'm just like, yeah, it looks. But then again, I'm just kind of like, I'm sure I'm like, I would not survive back in the day when people had to hunt and kill their own food. It's like, just get over it. Like, it's already killed and prepared for you. Like, just eat it.
No.
Actually, in Japan again, there's a restaurant where they have a big aquarium, and so the fish are swimming in there, and so they will bring out a fish that they have sushied up so fast that they bring you the head and the tail, and it's still.
No way, dude.
And you can just.
No way. That's insane.
Fresh sushi right there.
That's disgusting.
That's
why I don't like lobster that much either, and it's a lot of work.
Oh, I love lobster so much.
It's delicious. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah.
I just want to eat it. Just give me that meat.
My mom used to
give me that meat.
A sushi restaurant, and it's actually illegal in America to serve live food, but yeah, I don't know why. I mean, but he would have another aquarium, and he'd have amaebi, which are the large sweet shrimp, and he would, dissect it, pull the shrimp off, pull the head off, pull the tail off, or actually just pull the tail off, prepare it for sushi, bring it out to you on the plate. The sushi of the tail is prepared for you to eat. It's raw, and the head and the claws are still there going like, that's my tail.
Like, I'm still alive. This seems barbaric. At least let me die first before you start eating me. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, my food does not need to be that fresh, right? I'm okay with it.
But yeah, I'm fine.
I'm okay with it not being that fresh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Fresh food is best food. Brian Moore says nothing like American bullfrog. I have not tried.
That's random.
Bullfrog. Well, actually, I have had frog legs.
When my granddad was alive, and I live in Georgia, I've lived my whole life. When he was alive, he had this BB gun. He would shoot squirrels in the yard and knock them down. It wouldn't kill them, but it would like knock them down, and they'd be like dazed. And he would go grab the squirrel and skin it and grill it. And he was a very, very country dude, and he ate squirrels, and that was a thing.
Did you try it?
No. I was so squeamish. Do you know what chitterlings are?
Yes.
In black families in the South, we call them chitlins.
Oh,
chitlins.
Yeah, chitlins. And chitlins are, I don't like them. Chitlins are steamed pig intestines. And they smell horrible.
But you gotta clean them.
You clean them. Even if you clean them, they just smell horrible. They boil them for like hours, and then it makes your whole house smell awful.
I don't smell like chitlins, but it's be like, man, you put some hot sauce on the motherfuckers, and so good.
Language, JJ, slipping on your language.
Oh.
I think what happened to me in chitlins was like when I was a kid, my granddaddy told me it was macaroni and cheese. I'm like, what is this? It's like mac and cheese. And I eat it, and it's chitlins, and it's not macaroni and cheese. So it's that ruined chitlins. Maybe I would have ended up liking them if that hadn't happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Chitlins is amazing. I mean, like for those who
my
know
whole family loves them.
Oh, they know what's happening.
JJ loves Southern food.
Well, I'm from Georgia, so of course I do. I was born in Ohio, moved to Georgia for like 10 years.
Georgia?
10 to 15.
Yeah, that's my state.
I got Georgia.
I love it. I was just like, I love it down south cooking. Can't-
Oh yeah, I do love Southern food.
eggs, you know, like I said, yellow Jiffy Mix cornbread,
Oh yeah, of
or
course.
hot water or get some hot water cornbread. So like some
Mary Ellen,
grits.
you
Yeah.
have a very limited
Palate.
palate.
Yeah, I eat like a child. I eat I eat like things that kids like grilled cheese and macaroni and cheese and
Anything with cheese.
cheeseburgers and
I like cheeseburgers.
I like.
So okay, what kind of macaroni and cheese? Is it like the box macaroni and cheese, or are you baking it? Because
It
it's
could be-
two different ones.
It could be anything.
Okay.
Like
I
I
like
any-
macaroni and cheese, but I only like baked macaroni and cheese. I can't take like the Kraft macaroni and cheese you cook on the stove, and that's gross.
Oh, that's so good.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I like the original Kraft mac and cheese. I like Velveeta. I like Panera breads. I like baked ones with like white cheddar on it.
Amy's.
Yeah,
Amy's
that's
is
good too. Yeah, I eat really simple. So like I have eaten, like my family eats like normal adults, but
She's like, I want chicken nuggets.
yeah, I want like chicken fingers or like a chicken breast like cooked with like salt and pepper on it. That's it. And like
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
I just like it simple. I'm a cheap date, so there you go. If you take me out or if you're gonna cook me dinner, I'm like, can I just have something that's like probably cheap? Like
there you go, boys. You heard it here. If you want to take out Mary Ellen,
that's right.
Just cheap.
I'm a very cheap date. I like pizza with lots of cheese.
Do you like
I
mozzarella
like
sticks?
I like mozzarella sticks. Yeah,
I
love it.
Love
I
mozzarella.
like bread and butter. Like I'm like a child. It's funny.
Bread and butter is good. Sometimes I eat bread and cheese.
Me too, all the time. Or I'll eat crackers and cheese.
Yeah.
See, JJ, there's seriously no topic. We just do whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like this.
Mary Ellen eats like a 5-year-old. I do. Yeah. I like chicken nuggets. Oh, I love Lucky Charms. I eat cereal. That's another big one. I always have cereal here.
Oh, you do
Lots of
sound like
cereal.
one of my kids. It's funny.
Yep. I like every cereal. Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs. Like I'm like a
Someone
child.
says
It's so
I
funny.
prefer white powder. Now, what do you mean by white powder? What are you talking about?
Cocaine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I know if it was a cooking thing or.
Nah. Unless you're talking about flour, but I'm like,
I've got I usually buy one of those like variety things, like so I can just have lots of different kinds of cereal around. That's what I do. I like Rice Krispies.
I love.
Do you eat any
Rice
sort of
Krispies.
vegetation?
Yes, I do. I like salad. I love
Okay.
salad, and I eat
wanna make sure you're
arugula.
not,
I like arugula. I like
Living on bread
dandelion.
and cheese is probably not.
No. I'll eat vegetables, and I make a smoothie, and I drink a smoothie every day with fruit in it. Of like
okay.
all fresh fruit. It's just like the one I have now. It's got bananas, and I want to say some cantaloupe, and then some yogurt and milk, and I drink that. That's how I get fruit, and then vegetables I eat with my dinner. So
Right on.
I'm there. I can do that. Like I like ice cream, but plain. See, guys, I am.
I like vanilla ice cream. It's my favorite. I would much rather just have like I like what's it? Bluebell. My favorite. Bluebell homemade ice cream.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream.
you eat okra.
Okra
not-
ice cream?
No.
No.
Okra.
I thought
The vegetable.
I like fried okra. Fried okra is the bomb. You know.
Oh, I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never had that.
It can be really slimy though.
But the okra, the slimy part is the part that's helping you with the coat your stomach. It's the healthiest part of it. And I know if you don't cook it right, you could boil it or you do the thing where it's stirred up too much where it does get slimy and it's not as enjoyable. You know what I mean? But for myself, I love taking like a bag of like pre-cut frozen okra from the grocery store or whatever, or get fresh okra, dice them up, and then saute them in a little butter. Man, so good. They're like with a seasoning a little butter, so good. Or like put them in a steamer. I love my steamer, like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, steaming them goes a long way. Or like I said, taking and steaming them, and then like roll them in a little olive oil with some seasoning, and then put them in the oven. So good. So like but like okra, fried okra was one of those things that I definitely was raised with, and then I get older and realize that you can cook things differently. Oh wow. And you ain't got to fry everything. Oh wow, okay.
That's the funny thing is, like a lot of Americans don't like broccoli, right?
Yeah.
Because like sort of the American way to cook broccoli is like you freaking boil it until it's mush. And it's like
Yeah, there's
no,
different
you're supposed to blanch it. Japanese. That's the way I was raised. Broccoli. I freaking all kids love broccoli. The way you just blanch it real quick. It's still crisp, snappy.
It's like green beans.
The most interesting conversation for.
I got greens, beans,
I love food, so.
Well, like green beans is another one that's just like I recently just got intimate with because I'm like, oh, I see them at the grocery store.
I hear you getting intimate with green beans.
I love green beans.
I really
made
want some
green
ice
beans
cream
for
now
Thanksgiving.
too.
You know what I did for Thanksgiving? Did you see,
Starving.
Mary Ellen? Did you
No,
see
I
what I did for Thanksgiving?
no.
I deep fried 3 turkeys.
What?
Yes, and I had my whole family came over, and I made turkeys. I deep fried them. I had made
Nice.
homemade macaroni and cheese.
How much
I did
family did you bring over for 3
It was so weird because it was the first time ever that both sides of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side, had Thanksgiving in the same house. So because it was my house, so it's like, oh, so that was super weird. My mom, my stepmom interacting was the most bizarre thing. But yeah, it was my whole family. It was fun though.
Those days.
I love to cook because like my granddad was a cook when he was alive, and I was raised by my grandparents, so it was like we always were cooking together. So it was like
he thought to them recipes they get handed down.
It's his recipe for the deep fried turkey. I'm still using to this very day, like because we did that together every Thanksgiving.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah, so good, so good.
I know there's a whole generation of people who didn't get raised with cooking in the house. They get raised with you go buy a Happy Meal, you go buy consumerism.
Like my generation can't cook. Like friends my age, they have no idea how to cook at all. Like I'm always the one that's like, are you guys idiots? Do you like my stupid friend like literally tried to put like a whole like chicken thing in like a deep fry, like frozen solid. And I'm like, are you insane? You were going to set your freaking house on fire. Yeah. And it's just like they have no idea.
Ignorance, but like I said, they don't know no better because like I said, they weren't raised with it. They were raised to go buy a Happy Meal, like I said, or combo meal. It was consumerism, and it like actually during that time, it was like propaganda to be like, if you cooking at home, you probably can't afford to eat out.
My thing is, I was raised by my grandparents, like I said, so I feel like I was like a step behind in like the culture, and it was very much like, oh, we got food at the house. We're not going.
Right. That's
We're not going to all these.
Mary Ellen, you look uncomfortable talking about food.
Oh, I'm totally fine. I am a little bit hungry.
It's like I am starved.
Yeah, I'm really hungry actually, but no, I'm good. I'm totally fine. I'm just I'm bantering with a couple of my friends in there.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. No, it's nothing bad. Not at all. I love food. I'm actually hungry.
I'm definitely having a burger.
I'm gonna make curly fries. That's what I was thinking about.
The same. Like I buy like the Arby's ones that you just throw in the.
Yeah.
So this person on the chat said, tried this new thing where you pour a bottle of champagne into the turkey cavity, cover with foil and bake. The bubbles break down the meat proteins like a tenderizer, and it's the best thing I've ever had. You ever did that?
No,
I've never done probably that. The best thing I ever had because he was drunk.
Just wasted
remember those 2 a.m. freaking sourdough sandwiches at Jack in the Box? You're like, this is the best sandwich I've ever eaten in my life.
That's a good Bill Cosby. I like that.
It's so good.
But like I said, well, for me, I realized that once I realized they're the generation that got skipped on the recipes and cooking, I was just like, man, I'm one of those people. I don't know how to cook certain things. I need to learn this stuff. So I knew that for me, before my mother passed, I was like, I need to change the dialogue with it because we weren't talking for a minute. Because we were talking, it'd be like, this and that. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about this, and I don't want to talk about that or whatever. I'm tired of that. Let's change the dialogue. So I asked her about how to cook biscuits, how to fry fish, how to cook certain things, how to approach certain meats. And she would tell me these recipes and things. And everything came with a story too. So I got to talk to moms about like, oh, what it was like when you were younger, when I was younger, or where you got that recipe from. First time my brother asked her to cook a possum or something, how you approach cooking a possum.
Possum?
Yeah. I would.
If I had a possum recipe, I would legit kill the possum that comes by my house.
I'd be afraid to eat a possum. I'd be like,
But like I said, but in some places they know how to cook it. Boil it with some potatoes and cook it up. Get a gravy on it. I'm like, wow. But she would tell me that, so I realized I had to learn how to cook. That's why I'm not afraid to approach greens.
I love cooking, man.
You throw down, homie. I know that. You throw down. The one thing I haven't learned to get busy with is fried chicken. I don't know how to keep the chicken from being bloody.
Fried chicken?
Yes.
You got to make it float.
Oh.
And I do, but it's just like...
Okay.
I get that. Well, okay, if I submerge it in enough oil. But if I'm not trying to cook with a lot of oil, well, I guess I know the times I
It's
cook.
fried chicken.
No.
Oil.
Chicken with the bone, like boneless chicken, I can do. Or chicken with the bone in it is the
like drumsticks and stuff.
Yeah, wings, legs, drumsticks.
You just got to cook it in deep enough oil, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you got it.
Sometimes I use a boiler for that, for if it needs to be deep.
Or deep fry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then it floats. See, I cook it till it floats. I cook it till it floats. I've even poked it with a knife before I put it in there. Homie said I should fry it in some oil, and then when I'm done, take it out and then put it in the oven to help, to cook it on third. I'm like, okay, maybe, but I'm like, I know there's a KFC ain't doing that.
I've never done that.
You know what I mean? There's a way to do this. I just haven't figured out.
You just gotta get the hang of it,
Right.
Learning game.
I thought that was
the oil has to be a temperature that it doesn't fry until it's fried all the way through. Because if you got it too hot,
it'll cook the outside and then
not the inside.
And then by the time the inside is done, it might even start to like burn or get too dark.
Yep.
So you don't want to have it turned all the way up.
No, because I realized that too. It's just like turning it up on high or higher heat ain't what it do.
And it also depends on what kind of stove you got too. If you got an electric stove, I hate electric stoves so much.
Yeah,
I love gas stoves, but
Space Wolf says the oil needs to be at 350.
It does have to be hot.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of
but
course.
Not too hot.
So medium high.
The Mike Miller cooking show.
Yeah.
I love food. I'm a food. It's funny because I posted a thing the other day. I was like, "Is it weird that I'm a foodie, but I love Chef Boyardee mini raviolis?" Because
they banging. They just
I love those things. But
it's like Taco Bell. It's not real Mexican food, homie.
No, it's Mexican inspired food.
Yeah.
That's what you need to call
Taco Bell is good in the middle of the night.
It so is. I can't even find
I mean, JJ and I are in San Diego. Legitimately, San Diego has the best Mexican food in the world. It's better than Mexican food. But you know what you're actually eating.
Because we're close to the border. And so they come over here, make the food like a fish taco. Man, the first time I heard about that, I was like, what? Yeah. I had one and done right. I was like, this is amazing. Like fish taco.
And there are dumpy little Mexican places every
the best ones,
and they're all freaking amazing.
Yeah, Roberto's, Antonio's. They all got that.
Alberto's, Las Panchas.
Yes,
Las
Panchos is the best one. I love that one.
Yeah,
like woo! I love being in San Diego today. The food is so amazing out here. Like I said,
oh my gosh.
Food, like it's just like Mexican food, just like Indian food. It's like so many. Like I'm coming from Ohio, and we didn't have much besides we can go to Eckerd's and get a fried bologna sandwich, and that was amazing. But we didn't have like such exotic foods. Mom's always tried to take me to space places, but like I love me some curry. I love me some like the Mexican fruit bowls. With the cottage cheese and the granola and the honey. Oh, my God. Things I would never... Tahini. Love it. You ever had tahini?
Tahini?
Yeah, it's something you can put on your fruit or...
On your fruit. Put it on fruit, put it on broccoli, put it on... Season everything with tahini.
Yeah.
Tahini is such amazing. So it's so good.
Really?
Hey, guys, I didn't notice it is 15 after 10. We were supposed to wrap up at 10. And it looks like Quinn's about to fall asleep.
Oh, yeah. No.
So where are you at, Quinn?
I'm in Georgia.
You in what?
Huh?
What part?
I am about 40 minutes southeast of Atlanta.
Okay. I grew up in Georgia. I was closest thing, Lafayette. Sonoy, Fayetteville. You ever heard of them spots?
I know where Fayetteville is.
Yeah,
You know where Conyers is?
Conyers.
Conyers, DeKalb County.
No. The deeper in the south, more southern.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's about. I'm about 40 minutes from Atlanta, so I'm really not that far from Atlanta.
No, like I can't. It's been years since I've been there. Like I grew up in a small little town outside of Meriwether County called Gay, Georgia, and I lived in the valley, which is like even a smaller section of it, deeper in the country. So like I said, my knowledge of Georgia, like I go there. I remember I've done clubhouses, going to the woods, fishing, dealing with the country knuckleheads, all that scenario.
Someone said, "Do I cheer for the Falcons?" I don't care about sports.
Yeah,
I don't do the whole sports thing, you know.
Me either. And anyways, let's wrap this up. I don't know how we started talking about. How long were we talking about food?
I don't know. Good 20 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. It was legit.
I'll do a cooking show next time, and we can bring our favorite recipes. But anyways, everyone, thank you for being here. Quinn, how do people follow you? I know it's in the description, but let them know anyways.
You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, Ideas of Ice and Fire, and also check out my comic book that's upcoming. Get put on the mailing list. Links in the description.
Link is in the description. Tadia, ladies and gentlemen.
Tadia.
Mary Ellen.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Mary Ellen from the Order of the Green Hand, and this has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed JJ. And letting him do his thing, and I was just hanging out with the chat. So I might do a live stream, not sure, but I'll let you guys know. Obviously, you'll get a notification. And I think, are we doing this next week too?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Anyway, so I'll probably see you guys next week.
Well, I don't know what the date is.
Me either.
Let's just pencil it in.
Pencil it. Done.
All right.
So
People calling you people.
Nobody can follow you because you're not on anything.
I
I will.
I do have a podcast they can check for. So like I'm on and it's on YouTube and all other type of spaces. I don't know.
What's the channel that it's on YouTube?
Well, the name of it is called I Am Comics Podcast.
Oh.
So I know. So it's just like I'm trying to blank right now, but it's like what's Spotify? I think we go on there. We like my dude. I do it with another homie, and the whole thing is like I'm professional. I have a history in the industry or whatever, and he's like an Uber fan, young generation type situation. And so we get together and we just talk about comics and anything comic related. So if you are somebody who's doing their first convention, you know, who's trying to be a retailer, I want to talk to you. You put the tables away at the convention. I want to talk to you. You know, you got a favorite character that you think is hot or not being represented properly. I want to talk to you. So if you're excited about comics in any fashion form, or you want to talk about it, come talk with us, and that's what we do. So, yeah, that's the I'm on Instagram under JJ Kirby Art. Check for me, and I have music videos called The Love Collective on YouTube.
Oh, Collective.
Yeah, like
time you got it wrong.
What happened? It's a collective. We're trying to gather people with like-minded, heart. We love. We're trying to, collect up so we can make the world a better place. So yeah,
that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Make the world a better place. This is Art of the Hero with Mike S. Miller. If you're new here, please do like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. Hit that bell for notifications. If you have not already, just check if you are still subscribed, because there has been a purge. Did you guys notice any purges on your channel?
I have. But on my channel, like I've noticed like a stall. So I guess it's like I've been gaining subscribers, but then also losing them. So it's like, but now it's kind of starting to like go back to normal, I guess.
Rolling back up.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, so that's about it. If you want to check out my comics, Art of the Hero. Oh no, that's my channel. Lone Star Comic Doc. It's in the description. Thanks for being here. God bless everybody. Have a great night. And
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good night. Bye, guys.